officially surpassed mine in followers. Oh, nope.
Oh.
I somehow won again.
Before we start, how does my mic sound?
You're fine.
Sounds alright. Who is Mahiru XX?
He's a Japanese Lufia 2 runner.
Yeah, he has the Lufia 2 record.
How does he have 2,000 viewers?
Because he's streaming the the Symphony clips.
Oh, the solar eclipse, right. Is it a complete one?
Hey, what's that Arkham City record on? Do you know which system?
I
want to say 360, but
okay,
it's just because I like how many syllables it is.
I assume it's on 362 because that's what most of them are ran on. That or PC.
Is it a total eclipse in Japan?
I think so. I
don't
know. I haven't been paying attention.
It looks like it's going to be one.
Okay.
We had a total eclipse here a few years ago. I don't know if you know.
It's on 360.
In 2001 we had one.
Confirmed.
It's really weird, right? Because it eats into all the shadows. So your shadow is like got a big chunk missing.
Look at all those Super Nintendo consoles again.
I know, they just keep happening to line themselves up. I don't understand.
These kids. Well, at least we got a PlayStation game again. This is 2 PlayStation games in a row.
What was the PlayStation game last week?
Ape Escape.
Oh, you meant for the feature. I thought you meant for records.
Yeah, for the feature. No.
Ape Escape is like the staple PlayStation 1 game. I don't really know of any others off the top of my head. Well, except for Castlevania Symphony of the Night, but that's kind of...
Crash Bandicoot. Spyro.
I mean, like, the huge timing differences, I understand.
You told people FF7, so... it's close enough, right?
Hey, they believed us.
Yeah, you promised us.
How dare they believe something PJ and I say, and Diesel. They're the 3 worst people to believe.
The 3 worst people to listen to.
It's like trusting somebody with your car.
Where is...
Please
like
don't
if
wreck
just
it.
one of us... If just one of us said it, then it might have credibility, but the fact that we backed each other up makes it worse.
I'm sure at the marathon someone had asked one of something.
Hey, Satori, at least we're not playing it on the PSP, okay? Let's give us a break.
Zarugas is good at PSP.
That never came out on PSP.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help that.
Suddenly the sun is moving the moon is moving very quickly in this stream. This wasn't a very interesting stream, the solar eclipse one. I'll take penguins over solar eclipse any
Yeah,
day.
the penguins for sure.
It might be dropped frames or something.
Anybody gonna make the race?
Fiesel will do it when he shows up.
He's just fashionably late.
I tried to play my best Fiesel.
That wasn't bad. Although that was a very good. It was a better PJ impression than it was Fiesel.
Yeah.
Fiesel impression is like, oh no, like that. That's Fiesel says that a lot.
I'm going to go play some Chip and Dale.
Is that? That sounds like something an abusive father would say. I'm getting out of here. I'm going to Chippendales. Very, slightly gay abusive father, but abusive father nonetheless. I like Fiesel's be right backs because I'm going to go to work. And get on the computer there.
Well, he was just talking to us 7 minutes ago.
Yeah. He's on his way. He's on his bike. He's speedrunning his way to work.
To Starbucks, you mean?
How hipster would that be? Just people sitting in a Starbucks with a laptop talking about speedrunning. With a cigarette and a beret.
I can see it.
I was running these games back in 1980. Deadly Towers. Tell you about the real Deadly Towers. They're in Wall Street in New York. That'd be awesome. I wish Fiesel was like that, but I also wish he wasn't like that, which he isn't, so that was a good wish.
Whoa, did you guys
he's like that sometimes. It depends how many hours he's been running Zelda too.
Which this weekend has been a lot.
Yeah. So we might actually catch some of that Fiesel.
Friday, I checked my email before I left work, and it was 4 o'clock. I got an email from Twitch saying Fiesel had just gone live on Zelda 2. And when I got home, did some stuff, ate dinner, had a shower, came back on the computer at like 8:30. Fiesel was in the same stream. And I was like, oh, is this the same stream from earlier? But yeah,
Well,
how many
probably
Zelda 2 runs has he
with
done?
some SMW in that, but yeah.
Well, as far as I recall, he didn't make it past the first palace for a very long time, so he did SMW for a bit, then
Oh yeah, he has like a 1% chance of getting through Death Mountain. It's crazy.
Yeah, in the weird route. In the crazy route. The crazy route. World record route.
Yeah,
By the way, he hasn't beaten the SDA run.
Yeah, there's a lot of times
Yeah,
where I'll
yes.
like wake up in the morning, you know, at like 7 before I go to work.
I thought he beat the SDA run, but not the,
I thought the SDA run was the 107.
Was it? Okay.
No, the SDA runs like 110 something.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
He must be comparing it to the one Arctic Eagle did that's not on the site yet.
Yeah, right.
Right,
yeah.
That's what it is.
107.44, I
Okay,
think.
doing
I don't
audio
know.
test
He has
using
like a.
Skype real quick. Okay.
.30 PM he's still streaming. I was like, what is Fiesel? Why are you awake, Fiesel? And that's when I found out about his crazy sleep. He sleeps twice a day.
Too loud? I think that was fine. It's much
Yeah,
different than the Skype call.
You don't know what the fuck you're on about, OmniGamer. Sit
I
down.
approve.
Shut up.
This is roughly the same levels as Skype, but if people concur, I will turn it down.
How did OmniGamer get in? I thought the tickets were sold out.
He's scalped. Take that on the lawn.
Fiesel was outside. I got tickets for the show.
That's what his BRB was for. I see.
Alright, come on, Jambalaya Bob. He's on our world record list today.
Well, Bob is an OmniGamer. OmniGamer is? Where?
Yeah, no, I was referring to
Yeah.
Skype.
Oh, there.
Yeah,
For
Skyblazer.
Skyblazer still.
Yeah, that game I know a lot about.
And we have a clip for it.
Is that the one with the vertical zips, or is that Soul Blazer?
That's Skyblazer.
Yeah, Soul Blazer's an overhead game, so...
So that has vertical zips the whole time.
Yes. You can't move horizontally in that game.
Even though this is a good character, I really like this.
You can only move up. You can't even move down, it's just one direction.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Oh, what's that sprite from?
That's when he gets hit by normal stuff.
Wait,
Namely, everything.
isn't that Richter though?
Yeah, but the Richter
Yeah.
sprites were so badass,
Yeah.
I couldn't pass them up.
Hard mode?
That's good. I
Is he
like.
doing the fusion, the fusion dance?
I thought
Oh.
you were being clever and having a Richter dying because he's not on this show.
Well, he's kind of dying in that right one.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Oh, there's Alucard.
That's just him charging his energy.
What, him being
Oh, you
shot?
could have Alucard hitting Richter and having the little electric thing. That would look
Okay.
cute.
Yeah, Darkfist, do your job better.
Fuck you, Flicky.
Wow, is he trying to like slice his nuts off?
It happens.
Okay. Sadly,
Yeah, I
there's a
mean I
big,
do that
like,
once in a while.
non-transparent
works.
region
Could
where
just
the
have,
sword goes behind it, but... Oh wait, I'll just do this.
You could have a static sprite of Alucard just standing and then put some smoke clouds behind it and pretend it's a perfect shield dash.
You could do it either way. If the sword's not there, it could be Mecha Richter playing. But if he's nowhere near the sword, it could still be Mecha Richter playing.
That just could be a doppelganger.
I like the whole... I like his skeleton there. It's very accurate.
Oh wow,
It's
the
like-
animation on this one's really sped up, but it's so
Oh, I
awesome.
love
I'll keep
those.
it.
Those are good. That's
Yeah,
distracting. That's really distracting.
I don't know what it is, but like my program will like misread the metadata on the GIF or something and just like default the animation to as fast as possible.
That's what happens quite a lot. It's always interesting when you see the porn GIFs that come out like that. You're like, wow, how fast is that guy move? Oh wait, okay, it's been sped up. That's alright then. Never mind. Or you see someone running in those. Or even better, if you see those old-timey, you know the old-timey movie clips? Where it looks like they're running really quickly because the frame rate's not very good.
Yeah.
If you have a GIF of that sped up to max, it looks insane. They're like flying across the world. I would actually quite enjoy watching those clips of the people.
Oh, that's a GIF of Ramscout trying to use Soul Steel.
No, Sword Brothers is my...
Sword Brothers.
I don't know why I can't hit that house.
Alright, here's a quick run through the backgrounds.
Rain doesn't know how to cast Soul Steel. He's the guy that needs to learn that.
Alright, so there's a lot of shields and hats. There's Blanca. Whoa, okay.
Whoa. That's like the only stationary image that could give seizures, I think.
Apparently Flicky is...
That's me, that is hard to read. That's hard to read my name there.
Clearly you didn't take Old English in school, lad. Sorry, that just like blurted out.
That's okay. It's an American thing, you guys can't help it.
Wow, so you think I look like that? Okay,
Yep.
Thanks.
You really don't think much of any of us, do you?
That's how we feel about our guests.
I'm the only one that got a break out of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ramscout can be that one hanging from flesh hooks. See.
At least you were tall in it, Rom Scout.
Yeah, that does make up for a lot of things.
Get
I'll
it.
forgive you this time, Duckfist.
But you weren't wearing the banana card cloak.
Or watermelon.
Or watermelon card.
Yeah, we keep
I
getting...
wasn't sure if it was called watermelon card as well, so I just went with watermelon.
I don't think it's called
we
watermelon
could say
card
melon
anyways.
card. Yeah,
I'm
We
just
call
gonna
it
be
water-
adding copies of
we
this
call them
bullet
like
GIF.
50 different things.
I've seen how quickly Duckfist gets bored now, and there's gifs flying all over the place.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the balloon pod floating around.
Oh, how much blood is Victor gonna have in him?
All over the screen.
I see the blood appear on the top left, and it works its way over there.
It's
Poor Richter.
just the frog, dude. That's the frog's blood. You just can't see the frog.
When it's Richter week, Alucard's just gonna be all over.
You're
Well,
gonna
it's Richter Week, we actually have a clip that fits with
Yeah.
him playing Doppelganger.
I thought we were just gonna have Richter permanently shoryukening him.
Oh no, it's gonna be air slashing now, because it's faster.
Oh, is it?
Mm.
Yeah.
Sly kicking's for chumps. I use that in my free time.
Wasn't there a puzzle race where you weren't allowed to use slide kicking?
Yeah,
Easiest
and,
race ever.
Is that how you
Originally-
found out it was far slower?
well, you couldn't uppercut either.
Oh.
Well,
Slide
Actually-
is faster on flat ground, it's just...
actually, originally, you wouldn't be able to uppercut, but then I realized that might have been a little too hard.
Are you gonna say our names this week, Duckfist, or not? Because I need to be prepared.
I'm just gonna go with the Sunday sequence break.
So not with us.
Do you want me to say your names? I mean,
Well, no, look, I want
No,
you to
just
tell me what you're gonna do. So, if you're not gonna say them, tell me now, because last time I was left out there on my own.
Okay, this time I'm gonna just say the Sunday sequence break, episode 14, and then as soon as
Okay.
that's over, assume that you're live.
Okay, because
This
I
week
mean,
he's just gonna say, welcome to, and then just stop.
I'll mute myself halfway through my sentence to make it even more confusing.
Then we'll play the outro, and that's it.
I already have enough trouble introducing these shows without you confusing me every week.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
I'm
I'll
concerned
mute
about our
Skype and
filler.
I'll let you know when it's coming up.
Right.
So, anyways, 30 seconds, so I'm gonna fade to black at 0, cutting Skype at about 5 seconds.
Alright, I'm gonna load up this thing that tells me what to do. Oh wait, we need a race. Is there a race?
Oh, too late. It already started.
No.
Oh no shit!
You missed your chance.
Oh, hey, Diesel just showed up.
Hey, Diesel's here.
Get in here! No! No! Diesel!
Done. Okay, 10 seconds to go.
Withheld. What a fucking prick.
Damn it.
Sunday Sequence Break, Episode 14.
Yeah, I thought it was just me.
That's cool. No, that was him. He said it too. It's not choppy, right? I'm fine. So, welcome to the show. 14 weeks. We were amazed at ourselves. We're very proud. I'd say give us a round of applause, but none of us care that much, so...
This is the season finale.
Oh yeah, it is. Like, technically, these Americans keep telling me it is, but I prefer to think of it as we're taking a break to see other people.
These Americans.
Oh, you guys love the word finale. You say it all the time.
Well, yeah.
You're
You
like...
call it the series finale, though, right? Very confusing terminology.
Well, you see, I heard about this. Apparently, series in America means the whole show.
Right, and season
Yeah.
is...
Yeah, and here, series means one season.
Terminology shift.
And
It's all
the
your-
word
No,
show...
I said season, didn't I?
Yeah, you said season. That's why we're mocking you for it. But you also said
Right.
finale, as if there's going to be some exciting cliffhanger at the end of the show. Which
There
there
will
won't be.
Which there will.
Wait, there will be?
Sure.
Or will there be?
We talked about this.
There's some intrigue there. Some intrigue. So, welcome to the show. It's Castlevania Symphony of the Night with Romscow and Mecha who aren't allowed to say hello yet, so shut up.
Yep.
Shut up.
I'm never gonna say
No,
hello.
shush.
Oh, I just said it.
Oh.
How do we boot from call?
New guests. Get in. Let's get someone else in here.
Get him out of here. He's not a team player.
Wait, who's this other guy now?
That's Diesel.
That must be Feasel. Must be
That's
Feasel.
Hi, I'm Feasel.
Okay.
No, Romscow.
I'm Duckfist. Welcome to the show, not. Yeah, that's you, Duckfist. I hope you're happy. Alright.
That's why he doesn't get to talk, because that's what he sounds like.
Well, he's not quacking. Either way, weren't we meant to be introducing ourselves?
I think that's substantial
That's
enough.
Hello. We're here with PJ.
Hello.
Hello. Feasel.
Hello.
Blicky. Hello, that's me.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, wait. Wait, am I me or are you me?
Both.
I feel so alone. Then there's Romscout.
Hi.
Alright, there you go. And Mecha
Yo.
who, according to where I'm pointing, is in my CD player. Romscout's my curtains, PJ's my TV, and Feasel's this poster of Feasel. So,
I'm behind the poster of Feasel. That's you keep your TV, so it's alright.
it's okay. It's alright.
Wow, Diesel is seriously just a living seizure.
He is.
I am. I look great, though. I got the best one.
See, I think that looks like Fleckru? I don't know. That old English font is...
They don't tell you this, but you're actually the insignificant worm, not the dogs or the lady.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Wait,
Well, they
he's
spell it Rim.
He's the platform that Alucard's standing on. That's like
Yeah.
so I'm the whole basis for his existence. He wouldn't be there without me. He'd be
He
falling.
was jumping over you.
Oh. Okay then. Well, I feel great. Well, what are we doing? What is this thing? Show. Recap. That's next.
Alright, introduction finale complete.
Yeah. That was it. That was our finale. That was our cliffhanger. Would we finish the introduction or wouldn't we? Well, there you go. We did it. PJ, what have you been doing? I know a bit of what you've been doing. In fact, I think I know entirely what you've done this week, but go on. Tell everybody first. Yeah.
So I did a whole bunch of Super Ghouls and Ghosts this week. Like 350 or so attempts, I think.
How long did each attempt take?
Pretty low ball. I don't know, it varies. I mean, the last session took a really long time, for like only 100 or so. So I've been unfortunately taking too long with each attempt.
Yeah.
It's tough to bring out the attempt counter when, your attempts make it 7 minutes in. So I gotta work on getting the wrong weapon again at the beginning, I think.
Or you could just switch to a game that's like 6 minutes long.
Yeah, that's true. Like Great Gatsby or something.
You could do 100 times get torch. That'll be...
Yep, that would do it.
Compete with Canonless on SRO.
So the attempts have actually been going really well. I had one that made it to stage 5, and it was 38 seconds ahead of the record. Which is...
Oh, wait, you did? I saw you get... No, wait, no, that was when you picked up the wrong weapon. No, never mind.
Yeah, stage 5, I got there and I jumped into an enemy. Didn't even make an effort to kill it.
You made it to stage 3 a bunch.
Yeah, I did. That's actually where most of the problem comes, because I think I have to replace my cart.
Yeah.
I'm getting enemies that are spawning in the wrong spots, and some enemies don't spawn at all. One of the bosses was attacking during his intro.
That was good.
One of the times I played, I opened up the chest, and the boss of level 4 started playing his music. So all that I thought was just normal, the game being whatever, finicky. Just normal PJ playing a game. But I was doing attempts last night, and all my splits were 12 seconds slower. So I was averaging 9 seconds ahead on the first stage, and then yesterday I was at my best +1 after that stage. So yeah, there's something definitely wrong with that cart.
I think surely a cart. How many attempts have you done? You're nearing 1800, right?
Yeah, it's close to 1800.
Yeah, but they're 5-second attempts.
Yeah, so I think resetting a console 1800 times with the same part in it could do damage to it, right? I mean,
it very well could. Well, the thing is, this is my my old Super Nintendo.
Oh.
So this is one that I've had since I was a kid. Not the other one that shuts off and randomly makes big crash noises. Which is the one that you would think would malfunction. So, I don't know, we'll see.
Just means it's working harder. Working harder to please you.
So, I ordered another cart, and we'll see if that one's any better. If it's not, then I might have to investigate my Super Nintendos and see what's going on. So that was Super Ghouls and Ghosts, and Mr. K and I practiced a whole bunch this week on Secret Game.
Secret Game. When is that making an appearance? When will we find out what this is?
Next AGDQ, I think.
Oh, it's a long way off.
It's probably actually called the Secret Game.
Yeah.
You should do a search and see if he's not just trolling us.
The game PJ has made, designed to kill all except Mr. K, his chosen.
Yeah, which makes us the bravest people in the history of mankind.
This is chosen exception.
I'm okay with being a sacrifice for Mr. K.
Since SGDQ is happening next Thursday, we're not going to be able to practice for a while because he's got to practice his games, and then there's the marathon.
Yeah.
So we practiced a whole bunch this week, and it's coming along. It's coming along real well.
It's cool. It's interesting. So, someone who's sort of been the opposite of PJ's week, where he spent a lot of time in things and actually made progress. Fiesel, how's your week been?
Yeah. Well, I have spent a lot of time, but I can't say I got much progress. I mean, I had some personal bests, but I mean, at this point, I don't even save the I don't even save the video for it. It's like, personal best. I throw the disc out and start again. But
you don't even clear the disc. You just throw it away.
I just throw it away. I snap it in half and then put in a new one. But yeah, so Zelda 2. I mean, I pretty much didn't hit the point where I wanted to be. I was really hoping to at least beat the the new Arctic Eagle's new time before the marathon came around. But now I'm going to have to probably give it up and practice the actual marathon route for the next couple days.
Yeah.
Because at this point I'm starting to forget where the drops are going to be. But the thing that really, this week, really trolled me was Super Mario World, because you know how I have problems with Donut Plains 3. Anyone who's watched my stream sees that most attempts end there. For the life of me, I just, it can't seem to get that trick consistently. So I experimented with new ways of doing this, and I was watching Latte stream a bit and come up with some clever ways of doing that level, and I experimented around a bit, and I tried like 4 or 5 different things, because there's a whole bunch of ways to actually get through there without, hitting the button and waiting for the platform. And I found something that I thought was going to be more consistent, and it's only like 3 in-game seconds slower than the good way. So I thought, I'll just do that. And then that turns out to be even less consistent for me, and I suddenly started getting the...
then you started getting the hard one, I remember.
Yeah, I started getting the hard one to work all of a sudden, and so now I don't even know what to think, so...
I saw Dad have a shredder face. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
I've popped into your stream a few times, and you've always just finished an SMW run. But there was one the other day that was pretty decent, right? 37:05 or something like that.
Yeah, and I think it was all right. Yeah, I mean, my best is 36:58 or 9 or something like that.
Yeah. That's not bad. Do you still play the victory music?
No, I haven't done anything worthy of the victory music. I can't just play that for anything.
No, I know how you feel. I know how you feel. But yeah, you've been streaming a fucking load the last few days, at least.
I sure have. The hours just go by, it's funny.
Yeah. And again, making loads of viewers, getting those high viewer counts.
Yeah.
Been over 200 a few times, I've seen. You're starting to get almost too popular for me, Feasel.
I know.
True.
If you get any more viewers, I'm going to have to stop watching your stream.
I'm going to start playing High Glide, I guess.
Yeah. You just go back
Well, if Zelda 2's that popular, High Glide couldn't be too far behind.
Yeah, by that logic.
Alright, as far as mine's been pretty tame week as per usual, but I played some Ape Skate 3 this weekend. I've done quite well, I even practiced it. Not bad.
Wow.
I know.
Dedication.
Yeah, I cut 5 minutes off my personal best, which was alright, I guess.
No, wait, were you talking to Surreal while you were doing this?
No, I wasn't.
Okay, that's why. Because he hasn't been giving you misleading tips the whole time.
Right, I went and watched him, because he's got... His record is like 5.5 minutes faster than mine, so I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on here. And I've noticed there is mistakes in mine, it's all good. But then I go watch his and I'm like, wait, what's this? What's this trick? You didn't tell me about this. What the hell is this? Oh yeah, did I not tell you? No, you told me about this really hard one, which saves like half a second, but not this easy one. What are you doing? So I got to go through his whole runs again and try and figure out what the hell to do. But anyway, that's closer to a good time, so I guess that's...
I like when when Surreal's in a call with you and he's like, "Oh, Flicky, did you not know about the hidden zoo in this stage?" Yeah, there's just like 40 monkeys in a cage. What? Oh, okay, I'll go. And then 10 minutes later, you're like, "Wait, hold on. This isn't
hang
here.
on, I can't even get into this room. It won't let you in. Oh, will it not? No. Oh, okay, well, that's a shame."
I must be talking about this stage because that's the one I'm on now."
It's a pain. Well, we raced the other day and I had like my worst run in ages, and then the next day I was 10 minutes faster than the run the day before, so that's all good, I guess. But now I have to wait a whole week to be able to play the game again, and meanwhile Surreal's just playing every day, so blame him. Anyway, guests, what have you been up to? Rom Scout? Hopefully nothing too long.
No, marathon's on Thursday, so just been practicing my games for that. Got PPs on Kirby's
I
Adventure.
saw you flying around as a UFO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Really, really hard run, obviously.
are we allowed UFOs now? I thought there were rules against UFOs. Or is that just in some races?
No, it's only until you identify them, then they're allowed.
Alright. So
And they cease to exist.
then they're IFOs.
Yeah, they're IFOs now.
Then they're just
It's all good.
FOs.
So yeah, that and Rockman and Forte. That's pretty much all I've been playing the last week.
Right, that's the SNES one, right?
Yeah.
Because I play the Game Boy version.
I'm sorry.
I quite liked it. It was alright.
Yeah. Well, you only get to see like half the screen. It's
And that's
amazing.
actually in the marathon too. Rock
Yeah,
Forte.
that's
Neither these are what's already in, so don't have to donate for any of that. That's cool. Mecha Richter, what have you been up to?
Well, this might be a big surprise, but I discovered some new strats for Richter all bosses.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna reject your next round. So
You just
hard.
want to stop submitting that. We don't run on the website. Just
Well, for every 1 second improvement, I have to submit it. That's like the rule now.
no, it's not what if I ever beat times for my games after I've submitted them, it's not going on the website. It doesn't matter. It's too much effort.
Yeah, I'm starting to realize that now.
You just submit one that you're happy with and then move on, and if you beat the time, you beat the time.
There is no
I'm-
being happy with this game.
No.
What does
never.
happy mean?
Well, I don't know.
Well, I could have saved the frame there. I guess I'll go back.
Right. Well, you need to
I remember
automate the
just trying to
submission.
impress Mecha Richter, doing attempts on Alucard mode. Just in the intro, I was trying to do some flashy trick that doesn't even save any time, and I had to reset like 20 times in a row because of it.
But it looks
Yeah,
so
that's
cool.
how this game is. Yes, it does look cool.
That's
And
how.
You gotta do it.
Yeah, star points.
Yeah.
That's what speedrunning is becoming. In a few years, it will just be like tassing is.
It'll be style running.
Yeah,
You're also not going to be allowed to wear any shirts when you're doing runs.
that's true. Every runner's going to start hitting the gym for AGDQ 14, I think.
It's going to be a big war between the no-shirt guys and the no-pants guys. I've already chosen my side.
I know what side you're on, Feasum. I'm right behind you, buddy.
You got the no shirt guys,
Whoa.
the no sock guys, and the no pants guys.
Right in front of you.
None of us pants. All D pants. I don't know where Duckfist is going to be in all of this, but yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Anyway, speaking of, or briefly mentioning SGDQ, that is starting next Thursday. Can you fucking believe that? That's like really soon.
Yeah, it's kind of scary how fast it crept up.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
So I know Feasel's there, Duckfist there, Romscout, you're there. Mecha, are you going or not?
No.
I have
Unfortunately.
no idea where you live, so I don't know if that's a reasonable guess or not.
I just don't have the money.
That's alright. So, again, go support our dudes doing the runs. Duckfist will be doing... I never remember. He did Mega Man 10, right?
Doing 10.
10.
You can donate to get 9 on there too. So
Which, are you doing 9 or is he doing 9?
he's doing 9.
He's doing 9. Buster Ernie?
Right.
Right, so... When
You
Duckfist
also
streams...
have to donate to get this game on there. So
What, so... Oh, yeah, yeah.
yeah, Soten's not on the schedule.
So, yeah, go watch our buddy Duckfist. He is, you know, he does all the cool picture-y stuff. Go watch him when he's on. He also doesn't hit splits when we're in Speedrun News, Duckfist. What the fuck? Come on, man.
God damn it,
God
Flicky, I'm
damn.
sick. Oh my God.
Killing us here, man.
Sick of your shit, dude. I'm fucking... Yeah.
That's alright, the speedrun news split's gonna look great now.
Yeah.
And Feasel will be there. Feasel, tell him what you're doing. Come on.
What am I doing?
A marathon. Rally these viewers to come watch you.
What am I doing?
I don't know, the marathon.
What am I supposed to say?
I don't know, just say what you're... Just, you know when you say to Mike Uyama, look, I'm going to do this at the marathon, just say that to these people.
What? I don't even remember. What games did I sign up for?
Dude, don't ask me, because I don't know either.
Don't they have like 8 games he's playing?
I don't know, let's just make up a few, alright?
With you?
Okay,
Someone
so
said Highline, I guess?
everybody look over at your
How do
game
I
collection.
post?
The first game you see, Fiesel's going to run. So, Fiesel's going to be doing Guilty Gear X2 Reloaded from me. Romscout, what game's Fiesel going to be doing?
Wow, he's doing Shin Megami Tensei. I didn't even know he knew Japanese, honestly.
I didn't either, but I do now.
PJ, what's he doing for you? Oh god.
Well, he died, so
He
he's
dead. I
don't
doing
think he
some
wants to
game with
answer.
death in it.
Yeah. Mecha Richter, what are you doing? What's he doing for you?
This is a game I've been hoping to see someone play forever, and that's My Own Secret Castle.
Well, there you go. So
Oh,
Fiesel's
man.
doing those games
It's a good collection of games.
and all of these in the chat, because apparently people are picking up on this. So Fiesel's doing all of this. So go watch Fiesel do his whole marathon by himself. I believe we have actually lost PJ. He's fallen off the internet. So we're gonna roll. Wait, news. So yeah, go watch the marathon.
Yeah.
Starts Thursday, ends Monday.
Right.
Yeah, and we won't be doing a show next week because we didn't want to steal.
Half your crew's gone. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not just that, but we wouldn't have any viewers. So yeah, marathon this Thursday. We totally spoke a bit about it. Go watch Typing the Dead. That's the one I'm hyped for. I'm also hyped for Ratchet and Clank, which should be cool runs. Yeah.
I want to see Athena because the discussion that's been going on about that race practice topic is like there's a pretty good chance one of us might finish.
Yeah.
Right.
I heard one
wanna
of them
see
did
that.
it. One of them did it deathless, right? Presentia did it deathless. I think. I think so.
I think it was Dragon Dark, but I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember from the thread, but either way, that could be a very interesting race. Anyway, we're going to roll along into records. Right. Row. Oh, damn it. I tried. So we got Shatterhand, which I think PJ's the one that knows about this game, so... Fiesel, you can do this. Go on, go for it, buddy.
Alright,
You made that
Shatterhand.
highlight video, didn't you?
I didn't. I think UA made this himself.
Oh,
Which is really helps us. That saves us time if you make your
it
own
does, yeah, and you are more likely to get on the show if you make one.
Right.
Like, you're like 96% more likely to get your game on the show if you make us a highlight video. So, yeah, go for it. Go on. Pretend you know Shatterhand.
Alright. Just Shatterhand. Alright, Shatterhand. It's a great game. Wait, didn't I just talk about this game?
Yeah.
Years ago or something? Yeah.
Yeah, do it again.
This guy keeps beating his time over and over again.
And he made a video, so he gets to be on the show again.
Alright, well hold on. I'm going to watch the video first, and I'll give you my opinions of it after. So it involves jumping, and let me see. This guy shoots things.
Wait, was that a shot or did he punch him?
Okay, yeah, no, your guy punches stuff. Your main character himself isn't very strong until he gets his robo suit on and starts spitting lasers, but mostly you just want to pick up your helper bots and let the helper bot do all the crazy damage.
So what is it with UA in games where you walk on the ceiling?
Did he also do, what is that, Metal Storm or something?
What
There's
do you-
other games where you walk on the ceiling?
Yeah,
Metal
Metal Storm
Storm's
does
the
that.
one-
And
That's
doesn't
the-
Blaster Master do that too?
Oh, well, that's true. You're not really walking, though.
Well, the tank walks, that's how tanks walk, Fiesel. And MM5, apparently. He has something about ceilings.
That
We're
I'm
getting to
going
the bottom
figure.
of this. See, I have a theory that there is a link in all the games people speedrun, where it might seem crazy and there's no link to why they do some games, but there is one. A lot of PJ's games have CDs in them. You pick up CDs or
I
like
don't
Get
know.
Ice.
Or they
I don't
give
know
you
why
a
they
seizure.
do.
Yeah,
The SG&G
CDHD.
CDs are tricky.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's links. Just wait until you see it.
I found the SG&G CD in that one attempt where it played the wrong music.
There you go. So, I mean, UA is doing this out of the marathon, right?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it looks kind of interesting.
It actually is a fun game.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it
Is it?
a long time ago.
It is NES, isn't it? Because I remember discussing how good it looks for an NES game.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
It was kind of late in the NES's run, if I remember correctly.
Right. And then
Fiesel said he enjoys it, so look forward to his run of that.
Right.
Or did he?
3 and 4 weeks at the marathon, he'll show up and be like, "Oh, do you want to race, UA?" Yeah, he'll be like, "No, no, I don't, not anymore." All right, so we got Wind Waker by Cosmo. He broke the 6-hour mark, which again is a completely irrelevant milestone.
Yeah, he actually was beating that time by like 13 minutes or something crazy the other day, but died a bunch and just
Yeah.
derailed. So
Yeah, he's still
that time's still very improvable.
Yeah, it will go down, but 6 hours kind of feels like a decent milestone, and it's Cosmo, so we like him. So,
In
Are
before
there
Matt's
new-
sequence break and 45-minute run next week.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
But are there
zombie
new
hover's
things?
gonna get one up.
Yeah, but like, is he actually like finding new tricks and stuff to
I think
reduce his
he
time?
is, right?
Or is
Well,
I'm not really familiar with how running the game is. I just know it looks really crazy when he does like out of bounds glitches with like dying on purpose and then zombie hovering with the tingle tune or whatever. It's just
yeah, he just started
I
using
imagine
single
that
tune.
saves a lot of time in every instance he uses it.
Yeah, he's finding new stuff, and part of it is just improving it, because, I mean, he's still new at the game.
Yeah, and the fact is, it's like a six-hour run.
that's
It's
a
to the
long-
point where it's going to take a long time before you get a run where you don't
Yeah,
have
lose a
major
minute
mistakes.
here or there.
Yeah, like, in all seriousness, there could be a 45-minute run. This could go down to 5 hours. This could go down to 3 hours. Like, you have no idea what could happen in this game, but, you know, no one's really played Wind Waker, so it's cool to see people taking it a bit, I don't want to say seriously, but
other people
trying.
are getting into it too. Like he was racing Samurai Man. and-
Yeah, Samurai Man's been doing pretty well.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a hipster, so I quite like to watch Samurai Man stream. Give him some support. 2,500 people on Cosmo stream. And some of the cool, 150 odd watching Samurai Man. Cool dudes. And then we got Yoshi's Island. Now this is may seem like a bad thing that this Japanese guy took the Yoshi's Island any percent record, but it actually means some Japanese kid's about to get his world destroyed by Sagan.
Yeah. It's
So-
true.
This guy is called Ebants, is that right? Who came up with that one?
Evans, I think.
Evans.
Because when Live Wiki Smiling translates it translates it as Evans.
Oh, really? I didn't. I thought it was
Yeah.
something completely different. So, this guy came out of nowhere. I've never seen him before, and he got a 1:49.54,
Yeah.
which 19 seconds over Sagan. Which
Yeah.
Sagan was like a good 50 seconds to a minute above anybody else. So that's quite crazy that he's beat him. So that's pretty cool to see some competition for Sagan. Hopefully Sagan will get in that, and they'll have a bit of back and forth seas. We also thought Sagan beat the 100% world record, but he didn't. So
That
1
was
second
the
off
greatest
there?
run I've ever seen.
yeah,
He hit every single bonus stage in World 3.
yeah.
6 bonus stages.
Yeah, so Sagan's getting more time with Yoshi's Island. Trihex has apparently started again, but I'll believe that when I actually see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's cool. Yoshi's Island, Japanese runner coming and taking it. So hopefully we'll see some...
Yeah, anything that spurs Carl Sagan into action
Yeah, exactly. Anything that
makes me happy.
wakens the Sagan. I'm looking forward to the day that Hotarubi beats an Exo record
Yeah.
to see what happens. But anyway, this one, PJ has a wall of text for this one, so he can do this. And I just want to ask, first of all, is this the bounty run? Because that was a huge bounty on Kingdom Hearts, something or another. Is this the bounty?
No, I think that's on
That was
another
100%.
difficulty.
Oh, right,
And
okay.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, so Spike Vegeta is once again being a good role model because he sent me, look at this, he sent me Kingdom Hearts 2, single segment, any percent beginner mode, PlayStation 2, 4/24/17. Sent me all the info that we needed.
And,
So he's got a nice write-up here.
and a highlight video too, right?
Yeah, he sent
Or did he,
he
send
sent a link
timestamp?
to the video and timestamps for us too.
So, what a man. This is the kind of guy we like for ours.
Exactly.
You could run any old shit game like Kingdom Hearts 2, but if you send us a good highlight video and some notes, we'll read it out anyway.
Then we probably won't make fun of your running.
That too. We'll just make fun of the game.
All right, so I will begin reading this.
Go
It's
on.
in first person, so pretend that it's Spike Vegeta.
Or
Actually,
pretend
well, he's trying to be an actor, isn't he? I think he is.
He is an
He
actor,
is, yes.
actually.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
right, he
actually
does have a
can't
job.
come to the first part of the marathon because he's in a play.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so then, yeah, this is Spike Vegeta doing his best PJ impression.
Alright.
After 6 years or so of off and on playing this game and speedrunning it hundreds of times, I finally achieved my goal time of 4:25XX for Kingdom Hearts 2 and covered it by another minute. So there we go, another completely arbitrary time
Milestone.
goal that was conquered. The game, like most RPGs, is very RNG dependent when it comes to speedruns. I completed many 427s and 426s before getting this low 424. Almost every sequence of a couple of hundred or so in this game has the potential to screw you over, cost multitudes of seconds in the process. Finally, I got a run that for the most part went my way. I don't see a 420 being possible in a single segment, so I'm pretty happy. This run contains many highlights, including a single cycle, I don't know how to pronounce this, Sakes, quick kill on Zaldin, Demix getting owned by Genie, and a sequence-breaking experiment battle. So if you know Kingdom Hearts 2, that probably makes more sense to you than any of us.
No. Have any of us played it?
Well, I mean, no, but you think about the fact the SDA run from Axel Ryman on this same category is like 452, and you can just see how far he's taken this run down.
Yeah,
It's
huge
just
improvement.
crazy.
Yeah, he says here, that's actually the last sentence he has here. To compare, this run beats the current single segment run on SCA by 28 minutes, and even my segmented run on the site by 15 minutes.
That's pretty insane.
So, this is being submitted.
That's pretty cool. So that's going to obsolete both of those.
Yes, I think so.
Damn, good stuff.
Pretty monstrous.
Nothing makes me happier than like a double-digit minute improvement on a run.
On a segmented run.
Yeah. It's like, I beat it by 12 minutes. Fuck. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Then this one. I'm not sure if we can count this because this guy wasn't on the show last week. But Ape Escape stuff.
Oh, he probably was watching.
He was watching for sure. He destroyed the single segment record by about 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And this run is really, really good. Like it's stupidly good. So if you were watching the show last week and you thought Ape Escape sounded pretty cool, go check out the link database after the show, which Feasel is updating, right, Feasel?
Oh yeah. The little push is happening.
Little push. Little push. So this run is really, really good. Like the stuff he's doing is like for general movement, he's doing infinite boost jumps, if you remember from last week, and infinite jumps like nearly the whole time just to move quicker. And it's insane. Like there's a part where he needs to go up some stairs, and if you do boost jump and infinite jumps, it's like 0.2 seconds quicker, but he does it anyway. Like there's so much awesome stuff in this run, so it's really cool. And like I said, it's about 2 minutes faster than the Japanese time, and he's not submitting it, which makes me sad. But you can go watch it on YouTube anyway, and it's really, really fucking good. So, yeah, I mean, I don't have anything more to say about that. Now we got... Romsco, you can do this one. You sort of know about random shit like this.
Random shit. It was a pretty big SNES RPG, so yeah. Illusion of Gaia, 100% run from Huexel, and 225.34. I actually watched this run. He did die once, but at least he didn't, like, break the snake pots for, like, an hour and then head out of the room. So, he was able to improve because of that. And, yeah, I don't remember what his original goal time was for this game, but it's just ridiculous how fast this has gotten now. And it's actually really fun to watch, even if you don't know the game. So, I'd recommend watching it at the marathon.
As someone who does know the game, Romscout can say that it's fun to watch if you don't know it.
I'm getting this feedback from other people in his stream who have not played the game.
I was just making sure about that.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, no, it's really fast-paced for an ARPG. So.
Yeah.
And then, you can do this one, PJ. Yay!
Yeah.
I've got lots of people to do things for me.
Alright, so Sky Blazer, again. As always, by OmniGamer. This is any percent. 26:18, which beats his submitted run by 26 seconds.
From one of the first shows, that was a few months ago.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we featured this recently too, but so Blackie has been picking up this game.
You mean Bleachy?
Yeah, Bleachy and or Belchy, however you wanna. So he's been picking it up, and he's been helping Omni find some improvements, and they found like some really massive improvements. The cool thing about this game, they'll probably correct me, but if I remember it right from Omni's audio commentary, the drops are like the drop RNG is set at the beginning of every room, and then it changes every frame. So if you're consistent, you can get full magic drops from enemies.
So if you're consistently frame perfect.
Yeah. So they've been, making these choreographed moves at the beginning of some of these rooms. They'll like jump into the ceiling and then punch and then run into something and then kill an enemy.
Just to manipulate the drops. That's awesome.
Yep. Because they used the move that you see here when he was, that you did see there when he was fighting the face boss, where it's called a comet flash, and you just zoom across the screen for a bit. And every time you use that, you save a little bit of time. I don't remember what it was, maybe like 2 seconds or something. And you get 2 of those out of a full magic drop. So if you can manipulate those, you can save a pretty substantial amount of time. They also found some neat stuff in this crusher room where you can like climb into the ceiling, and instead of getting crushed, you'll just like get pushed right through the ceiling. And I forgot how much time they save in that room, but it's like 12 seconds or something.
Pretty crazy. That's a lot, considering it's 6-second improvement.
Mhm.
Yeah,
12
I mean,
of that's in
the
one
task is like 24 something or 25 something, I don't remember. And the task uses this movement trick that's impossible for humans, and it saves a lot of time.
Damn.
So I think he's shooting for sub 2610. I think he said he got like minus 12 from this run, getting to the final boss and messed up.
So is he keeping his submitted one? Is that staying submitted?
Well, I think right now it is, but he's going to obsolete that pretty soon, I think.
There you go. There you go, Mecha. There's some, someone else is happy to do it. You can leave your submitted one on the site. Doesn't matter if it's not the best.
Yeah. Yep.
Right, Feasel. Here we go. We got another one you know about.
Which one's that? Oh yeah, Super Mario World.
Yeah.
I actually haven't seen this run. It wasn't uploaded anywhere last time I checked. If that's changed and someone wants to link me to it, I'd love to see it. But
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it has, because the link was still to the old video.
yeah, there's the old one. So yeah, Membu reducing the. I actually don't even know if there's orbs in it or not. I'm not even sure if that's. No, I'm gonna guess not, because the time would probably be a lot less if there was orbs.
That might be the first orb. It might just
Just
do
one?
the Yoshi's Island orb.
But if you're gonna do one, why not do more than one? I mean, the Yoshi's Island one you can come back to like 3 times.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
And then the Chocolate Island one twice, I suppose. But I mean, I don't know. So,
Did
but
Dramtron use orbs?
it did not. And the previous record before Dram beat it by a couple seconds, assuming you account for the Japanese versus American menu timing differences, which is like something like 12 to 14 seconds. It's somewhere in the, teens. He beat that in the race, and then Membu has now beat it by, close to a minute. So it's pretty substantial.
That's it's crazy. Like 96X, it's sort of a bit unexplored, I suppose. We've not really seen people going for the mass orb runs.
Yeah,
The 96
people,
orb run.
people are so fixated on regular any percent is the thing. I mean, there's like a
Yeah.
dozen people who, want to do the any percent record, but 96, not as much.
It's pretty short and simple to learn, so
Yeah,
see it.
yeah, definitely. But, so much precision required. It's, because of the times being as low as they are.
Right.
96 is fun, though. It's so long.
I think more
I-
people should do the category you're running. That one's
Yeah,
pretty
I feel
fun
like
to
it's a
watch.
good balance between being long and being, technical. It's sort of like, a nice mix.
Are you doing all Switch Palace?
He's doing No Cape, No Star World.
No Cape
Star
myself.
Wars.
All right. Minion's been playing about with that actually. I've seen him
Yeah,
do it.
Dram's done some of them too, I think, or I might be
I haven't seen Dram play in a while actually.
not much.
No.
By
Interesting.
lately, I don't mean like in the last couple weeks, but having a hiatus. He'll come back and he'll have all the records.
Yeah.
All right. What is that? DS? Holy shit. Okay, who knows about this? Because I have no idea.
I know a bit about it.
Go on then. You know, Mr. K. You've been chatting with him in private, so.
Yeah, bet. So Mr. K's been working on Contra 4 and finally busted out a single segment any percent in 2431. he's torn about submitting this, but I mean it's a ridiculous.
How close is that to the
run, so-
task? Because I thought it was already like within a minute and a half of it before, and I don't know how much this is improved.
Yeah, that's a good question.
It's got to be like close to a minute behind the task, which is just insane for any game like that
Yeah.
long.
Especially this game.
The thing I like most about this is that like, all right, in all the other Contra games, you like get whatever weapon you want to use and that's it for the rest of the game. So Contra Super C, you pick up spread, you're done. Contra 3, you get the double crush missiles, you're finished. You know, that's it.
Right.
In this, he uses every weapon, I think, or at least a lot of them. So he uses the machine gun, he uses the spread for a bit, he uses the flame shot, he uses the lasers, and the crush missiles.
That is pretty neat.
So it's really cool. There's a lot of variety in the run. It's a really cool game. I always enjoyed it when I played it because it's got the dual screens, as you can see,
Uh-huh.
and your character has a grappling hook, so you can like reach up and pull yourself up onto the second screen.
Yeah,
Is this,
I remember one annoying thing about playing this game was you see the two screens right now are like in sync and everything, but there's that space on the DS when you're playing that's like
Yeah.
a little bigger in between the screens, and it doesn't account for that. So it's like it's really disorienting to switch screens. Like you can see it right now on the vertical part actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, I noticed that
scroll
too.
it vertically.
It's got to be hard to get used to time the way things move, you know, the trajectories as they cross the boundary.
Yeah, I just saw that jump there where he wasn't on either screen. He was
Yep.
in the middle.
Yeah.
So is this? Did he do this on actual hardware?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh wow.
Actual
Yeah,
hardware.
he has
He's
a
got the
direct capture device.
Yep. Yeah, so this is completely legit. It's deathless too, which is sweet.
Wow.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's a spectacular run. Everybody should go watch it. I'd say we'll have it in our linked database, but I don't know how true that is.
Well, Feasel, you got a week off next week, or not next week, the week
Oh.
after rather. So you can spend the 2 hours you would have been doing the show. You can work on the linked database instead.
Well, I'm probably going to update it before I go to Summer Games.
All right, that'll be
I'll
cool.
do it in reverse order, too. So.
Just throw a die, and then whichever number comes up, times it by 3, then minus another number, and if it shows up as one of the episodes, do that.
Okay.
All right. Look, Rom can do this one too. Here you go. Go on, Rom.
Yeah, so Mushipan improved the 80% record for Mega Man X by 3 seconds, down to 32:34. I watched it. It was actually, I think, a worse run than before. It just had better boss RNG. Duckfist and I also found like some other run that Mushipan like said might be the world record instead. That's like 10 seconds faster, but there's like inconsistencies with the lag, so we think it might be like some funky emulator. Not exactly sure. It seemed like a lot worse run, so we're counting this as the world record for right now.
Only true, verified world records on this show, but well, we sort of just take people's words for it.
Yeah.
But I trust Mushipan to have beaten it, so this has a video too. Actually, this one. So.
Yeah, you can watch it on Nico.
Yeah, so I think Caleb's sort of given MMX a break. I saw he did a race the other day, and of course he beat everybody, but it was like 2 minutes slower than what it was before. So
Yeah, I mean, it may not seem like it, but the record's still fairly improvable. I think EXO did a like theory task with the current strats, and it was like 3150 something. So.
wow.
Yeah, I mean, it still has some room for improvement, though it's getting pretty crazy now with how much RNG you need.
Yeah, by theory test, you mean he single segmented a 3155, and that he got 5 seconds off.
All right, Feasel, you know about this game too. We got lots of games Feasel's played this week.
Really? Yeah. I don't even know what it is. Gotta wait. What's
on,
coming
man.
up?
You gotta load it up. Are you the pink?
I'm waiting for
You got up the dock.
Which are you the
No,
pink?
I
one?
like looking at the screen on the stream here. Alright, fine, I'll look in the dock. You guys don't even want to tell me what it
You're
is.
in the
so-
dock. You're already in the dock. I can see your color block.
You know how many browser windows I've got open? It's crazy.
There's
Okay.
You're the pink one.
Alright, here we go. Alright, this is Booty Hunt. 100% run by Minion, who I guess has reclaimed it back from Cool Kid.
Yeah, by
So-
a mere 9 minutes.
Right. So we actually have a clip for this. Let's see it. But Booty Hunt it's okay. It's a great game.
Talk about Booty Hunt. Go on, talk about Booty Hunt.
Booty Hunt was developed by Crazy Tater Software. Part of the primary developer for that being our friend Minion. And so basically, Minion and friends make a game, and then Cool Kid, steals the record like a total ass.
Yeah.
And so now I applaud Minion for coming back and reclaiming this, because this is it's just silly.
Yeah. So we used debug menu.
Right.
I know tricks.
He changed the game so he could fly just a bit further.
Yeah.
Cheats.
So when I was saying earlier in the show, if you make a highlight video and give us notes, we'll put your game on the show, and this is a very good example of that. Almost literally, we literally have his game on the show. So.
But anyway, it's pretty. It's relatively interesting game routing wise. There's some tricks. There's out of bounds glitch you can do, and there's various
death warps too.
Death warps.
So did he program this knowing there would be out of bounds glitches?
No, I don't think so, but I think being a speedrunner, I'm sure he wasn't too upset to see that you could do that.
Yeah, he also added a clock for speedrun races, apparently, because people started racing it on SRL. And so according to this notepad file, or this pastebin, it was the last race of 2011 on SRL.
Oh, wow.
It was a booty hunt race between Minion, Sicko, Giano, and Cool Kid.
The last race started or finished?
Started. It was on the 31st of December at some point. But it's actually quite a common, I don't want to say popular, but it's been raced quite a lot on SR.
It's raced quite a bit, actually.
Yeah. And because the any percent's like 3.5 minutes long. But I think it looks pretty cool. I like the little pirate guy running about, and it's 3D and it looks relatively nice, like graphics-wise.
Yeah. I've seen it for the first time watching his run.
Yeah.
Like an hour ago.
I've seen it for the first time right now.
Yeah. That's Booty Hunt. You can, if you want to play it, I'm guessing you can download it from the DND. DND?
Yeah, I'll post the link to the game in the chat, or someone will probably beat me to it, I'm sure.
Yeah. So yeah, you can try it out. I haven't actually played it myself yet, but because I got very confused at which game this is. Because I've always said, is this the one where you fly as the pirate, and nobody's ever responded to me, so... There you go.
Like, what are you talking about?
Exactly. Go home.
Pirates don't fly.
Yeah. Well, he sort of like has a hat, and he flies with a hat. But anyway...
This is just a map in Wind Waker.
So the 100% is to collect all the collectibles, and the highlights are definitely showing this off very well. He's picking up all those coins.
Yeah, and he'll get to the end and there'll be one coin missing.
So,
Oops.
yeah,
that's what always happens when I see people racing.
Booty Hunt. Give it a go. Yeah, 100% complete. Oh, it actually tells you. That's good.
That is really handy.
That is actually really nice.
Speedrunners should make video games more, please.
Yeah, you can tell it was made by someone who was going to run this 100%.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, go check out Booty Hunt. Minion was on the show with us.
I actually am gonna try it now, just from watching this.
Dude, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Minion was on the show, so he's a cool dude. Go check out his game. And then we got one last one to do, which is Batman Arkham City on 360 by RoboSparkle, which is another example. Well, actually, I think the first example of someone telling us that they did a run, which was RoboSparkle in IRC after the show contacted us and said, "Hey, I've done this Arkham City run," and so we going to put it on the show. But then he said that he could beat it by quite a few minutes, so we told him to come back when he had, and he did. Like, how many months later? I think it was 6 weeks later. I think this is a good 5-6 minutes faster than what he originally told me.
It's like 14 minutes faster.
Oh, there you go.
He had like a 2:06, I think.
So there, yeah. So it's down to 1:51:51. Yeah, that is right. apparently, which is a single segment, hard, and no Catwoman. Which, if anybody doesn't know about Batman, that must sound incredible. But alas,
Batman, no Catwoman.
Catwoman. So I mean, Arkham City, well, is pretty recent too. It came out last year, so fresh game, and I'm always happy to have new games on the show. If aside from this, I think the newest game is Booty Hunt, right? Or maybe Contra 4.
Probably.
Actually.
The Contra 4 has been out for like
Yeah, it's been
6
out for
or 7
2 years.
years.
At this point.
Oh really? Wow. Okay then. Yeah, it's Booty
Oh.
Hunt. So, congrats to RoboSparkle, and this is a good thing. As we've been sort of mentioning throughout the show, if you have a record or something, just contact one of us in IRC or with our email address, which is sundaysequencebreak@gmail.com, which I'm pretty sure is correct. Or you can find us in IRC, as I said, or message our Twitch page, or maybe find us if we're streaming and tell us. But that might not be a good idea if we're in the middle of a temp, because we might forget it by the time we're done. PJ especially would forget by the time he's finished an attempt.
Yeah. Yeah.
2.5 minutes later.
Yeah, I'll close the chat window and then it'll be lost forever.
Yeah.
No
So,
problem.
so yeah, contact us if you give us a highlight reel, or maybe even just timestamps. We can make our own. But a link to the video, and make sure you save the video on Twitch forever, because otherwise we might show up at the link and it's not there. And yeah, and we'll make sure we mention on the show. We do take a little bit of a, we pick games, because you may beat the world record in some game nobody's ever heard of, or nobody cares or likes, and we might not bring that one up. So
You keep deleting my runs, and I keep adding them back to the show right before.
we reserve the right.
What is this?
Well, you see, I win because I'm always on when Duckfist says that he's about to do the graphics. So,
Don't worry, PJ. I respect all your dating sim records.
yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
So,
I tried. real
yeah,
hard.
we reserve the right to remove certain records, or
I
not
simply
mention
can't.
rather, because we have an audience to entertain, right? Right.
Ooh.
I'm not too sure about that one.
Maybe one
Yeah, that's
person.
debatable.
Anyway, final reminder, SGDQ starts on Thursday, and there is no show next week or the week after. So go do whatever you did on Sunday before us, which was probably very little, which is why we chose Sunday in the first place. As far as we got on submissions, tasks, big races, and filler, we got nothing. Nothing this week.
We should have filler, but
Well, yeah, we're not going to do it because we got too much Soten to talk
We've got
about.
There is a lot of
Well-
so that's enough filler for
We've got
us.
Soten.
There is one big race, and that's Athena.
Yeah, but that's not.
yes.
We got to wait for that one. So start on Thursday. Join the normal races as you see them. Oh no, Bingo's been updated, right? Bingo's been updated. Was that
Which bingo?
Ocarina of Time Bingo? They did a whole rehab, didn't they? Although that might have been last week, but we forgot to mention it. I can't remember. Either way.
I don't know. It's
There's
been
some
updated
filler.
like 40 times.
So yeah, no, I think that's it. That's that. We got nothing else. No submissions.
I
Alright.
got one more entry for speedrun news.
I'll go on then.
Crescentia almost had a submittable Athena run.
Oh, almost.
How does he know? It's hard to tell.
Because it was deathless,
Why?
and it
Because
was
the
like
game actually let him make a jump for once.
Hmm.
See, no, I'm looking at submissions, and there's Turok 2. Is the only one that.
Well, there were other submissions.
there's some
like
Half-Life
that's-
submissions, actually.
Yeah, Cool Kid, I know.
Cool Kid
his-
submitted his one, and then there's a Half-Life Blue Shift one. I don't know who did that.
And a few of the records on here are being submitted.
So there you go. We
Yeah.
sort of did it. Anyway, shall we talk about Symphony of the Night?
I don't know. I mean, we could just talk about
Yeah.
like Portrait of Ruin instead for like 10 minutes, call it a day.
We could, because I
Okay.
mean, I could do with an extra hour of sleep.
Okay. But sure, yeah.
Go on then. Go on.
So-
Let's kick it off. Symphony of the Night, Alucard this week. We're only talking about
speedrun
Alucard.
news. Speedrun news
Yeah.
finale
It was-
complete.
Yeah, that was it. That was the finale. It was exciting. We wound down. We weren't sure if we were done or not.
Never gonna be any news again.
Nope.
Wait,
that's
did we
it.
go through the filler finale too?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
and
just
about
did it.
quarter second, yeah.
1 second, damn. You're good.
We cut. There's no filler in a finale. It's all action all the time. Non-stop action. So yeah, we got only Alucard. If any of you mention Richter, you're getting
Yeah,
booted from the
Victor and
top.
Maria are gonna have to be at a later time, because
Yeah.
they're their own
Yeah.
beast.
We're
So
gonna censor Richter just like Peaches and Kirk Q.
So yeah, we're gonna just be Alucard, and we'll try and stick to Alucard only stuff, which is still way too much. So let's get right on it. Read down
Right,
the
so-
lists from Scout.
I suppose, yeah, we could go over the history first. Kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
So the first speedrun we knew of at all for this game was an SDA run back in 2005. I've watched this run probably about 10 times before, and just drank some beer and just made fun of it with other people, every
Yeah.
time.
You have an
I've seen- I've
unhealthy
seen-
I'm pretty sure anyone who's been to my stream has seen this run at least 5 times. So 55-51 was the record back then, and it was a run. I think he farmed the Christogrim, but he got it first drop, which is unheard of.
Well, it was actually a second drop, but he was in shock. He stood there for a second.
Yeah, it was so shocking. He stood there and watched it and was like, did that really just happen? And then one got it. He also did the spike breaker room. If anyone's played the game, knows it's dark the whole time. So he did that with completely blind, and now you never even see that part of the game.
I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah.
Symphony in the Night is like that when I watch people play other parts of the game, and I'm like, what is this? This is actually in the game? It's like, yeah. Do you have to go here? Yeah. What the fuck? What is this?
Yeah, so then Lucid Fire had the record at 43-51, and somewhere right after that, I guess, there's some runners in Japan, but they never did full game runs. They only go to the last save point, because the way they do their runs was there's a time attack menu in the game, and there's it logs different points, and the last point it logs in the game is the final save point. So it wouldn't be anything you would submit to SDA, but people messed around with OOB glitches back then. But on SDA, no one really OOB was banned back then, so no one really was messing with that. They were all doing no OOB runs, improving the route on that. Then eventually Satoryu started shield dashing about 100 times better than everyone else, and the competition went from 10 people down to Satoryu. I think Rain also was competing back then, but yeah, shield dashing completely changed the... I am having a seizure. Please stop it.
Wow. What is happening?
Dude,
Wow.
PJ, did you get a hold of this game? What are you doing?
I think you did. Yeah, so a lot of people thought Satoryu was actually turboing, so he had to actually make a proof video on YouTube of how he shield dashed, is because no one believed it was possible to do it that fast. And now, yeah, I mean, it's still a big thing, but shield dashing is not as big a thing as you'd think. We'll get to that later, though. Yeah, so OOB on SDA didn't really get into the whole mix until last year. Just kind of got bored, I guess, of doing no OOB runs, and then boom, just started doing out-of-bounds glitches and making routes around that. Yeah, so that 55-51's now been improved down to 1940, and then no OOB is still 2916 or 3226 on the PlayStation. 36, sorry. And that's Satori's record.
So what's the difference between the XBLA and the PlayStation? Is it just loading times, or
Yeah,
are there...
it's pretty much just loading times. The XBLA version and the PlayStation version are actually the two most comparable versions. There's a gazillion others to go over, but yeah, the XBLA version, when it came out on the marketplace, there was like regulations on how big a game could be, and like the ISO for, if you download it on PSN, the ISO is like 600 megabytes or something, and the limit on Xbox was like 100 to even publish a game.
Yeah, it was. They had to cut a lot of stuff out of it.
They preload the entire game. They actually, there's a lot of places out of bounds map that are in the regular game, I guess, for testing and everything, but they took those out. So yeah, everything's kind of just streamlined. The audio is much lower quality, so that it could load quicker. And I timed the any % no OOB route difference in loading times. It was about 1.5 minutes. I have not actually timed like any other routes that have come out since then, so I don't know the exact amount, but it's yeah, just in the first 10 minutes, because the first 10 minutes are always the same with the clock rush. It's about a 25-second difference at that point, so it's pretty huge. Yeah, other versions though, oh man.
Where do we start?
I guess the original Japanese PlayStation version. There's no footage of that, but okay, so the Japanese PlayStation version's quite a gem. So it's almost the same as the PlayStation version, except you can't IWS for I don't know what reason, why that would not be a thing, but can't IWS. The second castle, you, like, when you normally play the game, you have to collect 5 Dracula relics in order to unlock the final area and fight Dracula. But in the Japanese PlayStation version, they apparently didn't have bug testers because it only checks for 4 of them. So a no OOB route on the Japanese PlayStation version skips death and only does the other 4 bosses, and that saves like something like 4 minutes.
Wow.
So it's a pretty different.
That's pretty solid programming.
Yeah. And there's other nice bugs that aren't in the normal PlayStation version, like you know the boss Darkwing Bat at the start of the second castle. So if you are fighting him and go over in a corner, if he grabs you with his wings, he actually just throws you out of bounds. Like, it's not even like a thing you have to try to do. It's like, yep, you just got thrown into the floor. Good job.
There's also something you can do in the Dracula fight, like while you're fighting Shaft. If you just jump to the right, you basically just leave the room completely.
Yeah. Oh, you can also unload Shaft. Like, yeah, you can load the Dracula fight early.
Yeah.
That was fixed for the US release, but what else was there? Oh, right, you can skip Richter. Like, we're going to talk about ways to skip Richter later, but you can skip Richter in that version with a library card. So that's how well the game was tested.
That was originally how low percent was going to be.
Yeah.
Just by doing it like that.
That's even better than the demo mode that Arukado tests.
Yeah, the E3.
Oh yeah, the E3, yeah.
Yeah, just because of out of bounds glitches, that's a really funny task to watch.
It starts you in the caverns too, which is really strange.
Alright, so you mentioned IWS, which I have no idea what the hell that is.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I should have explained
so,
that. Yeah,
do you just want to say what it is and we'll explain how it works later?
Infinite Wing Smash, when you do a full circle input when you're the bat, you do a spell that makes you move really fast as the bat, and you can chain that, and the chaining is what we call Infinite Wing Smash, or IWS.
Right. And also, do you want to talk about any of the other versions? Like, Saturn version is
Saturn version
popular.
is also a gem. Yeah. the Saturn version...
Really, none of these versions were ever...
The lag
tested
and
by
loading
anybody.
for...
So, if you're watching the screen right now, you see I'm shield dashing, and that's the fastest way to move. You're just backdash and canceling it with a shield, and then canceling that with another backdash, and you're basically at the fastest part of the backdash all the time. But on the Saturn version, because they can't do transparency, and it's pretty much coded like shit, they this is actually slower than walking on the Saturn version, because the dust clouds lag the game that much.
Oh wow.
It's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Oh.
There's also a point in every screen transition where you're 1 pixel below the floor, so you can basically go out of bounds.
You do the right movements, you can actually go out of bounds anywhere in the game without trying.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can do stuff like skip Richter with the wing smash, just a single wing smash. Cause also, wing smash is infinite by default. You're not even wasting MP when you're doing it. You just do the input once and off you go. So, yeah.
That's nice. That's nice.
Sounds great.
Best version.
Yeah, I'm always surprised, or not even surprised anymore, by how badly a tiny bit of code can change the whole game. A good recent example, I don't know if you guys know this, in the new Street Fighter Cross Tekken patch, if Rolento throws a knife and it hits a fireball, it crashes the whole game. Which they changed by balance fixing, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and then actually the other version to talk about, it's funny because, like, you know, you had the US version and the Saturn version come out before this. So you'd think they'd know what they're doing a little bit, right? Well, when they released this on the PSP with Dracula X Chronicles, they decided to use the original Japanese PlayStation as the base for, I don't know what reason. But a lot of the glitches from that come back, and for some reason, there's a death skip we'll talk about a little later. I could even be right now. It's not really that relevant to normal speedruns, but when you do the death skip, it's on luck mode normally, because you do this thing called a big toss. The way getting hit works is when you lose a little bit of HP, you get hit like a couple pixels or whatever. You lose a higher percentage, you get pushed back more. When you lose half of your HP, your max HP or more, you get like thrown really far. It like you have no control and you just go sailing. And yeah, so you can actually sail past the death cutscene and keep the Alucard equipment to start, which is just makes you overpowered for the entire game. And so instead of doing that, setting it all up so you lose half your HP off the hit and flying past them, on the PSP version you get to go up to the room, backdash out of it, and boom, you get to keep the Alucard equipment. It's
Big toss is so good.
Yeah.
You get tossed until you hit a wall, right?
Yeah.
Or if you clip the ceiling, so you're moving up a little bit as you're moving back.
This you're going. I mean, I know we have a recording of this available, but the PSP version though, you don't have to do any of that. You just backdash out and then you keep the equipment. So it completely changes the way it's run. Like just
what
for
a good game.
The 80% record, like which doesn't use any OOB on PSP version, is 2852, and on the XBLA version, which loads faster and everything, is 2916. So it's like, yeah, it's ridiculous. Or I guess a better comparison would be to the other PlayStation record, which is 3236. It just saves a crap load of time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I mean for categories for this game, for Alucard, like it's pretty much just any percent and any percent no out of bounds, right?
Those are the ones people have done the most, yeah. We also do all bosses. That's just a run that pretty much started up like last year.
Did you start that? I think you were the first person I saw.
Much, yeah. I mean, I think it maybe had been mentioned before, but basically I wanted Soten to be in another marathon, but we had done any percent no OB every single time. So before a week or two before SGQ, I was like, you know what, I'll just do something different, all bosses. And then I think I got like 55 minutes or something at the marathon, and now it's down to like 36. So that's changed a lot too, just in a year.
How many bosses do you fight in the regular any %?
Let's see here. You have to do Solgragon, Doppelganger, Minotaur and Werewolf, Lesser Demon, Karasamon, Medusa, then Shaft and Dracula. So 7 out of, I think there's 22.
Did you say? Did you say Shaft?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Are you 5?
Do you fight Shaft? No. I was thinking of the guy from the movies.
Oh, the guy from the movie.
What are you thinking
That's not
of?
what I'm thinking of.
I'm thinking of,
We're on the wrong pages here.
Yeah. I think you need to take a good long look at yourself, Rom Scout. Clear your mind.
I was thinking the same thing Ron was thinking, honestly.
Yeah,
Really?
I was in the book
What
of
is wrong with
Weasel.
you guys?
You're the only one, Fleeky.
Oh my goodness.
I just made the assumption.
Yeah, so
So,
that's
hey,
pretty much
categories.
what's
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, categories. All bosses. So nice.
Shaft. Gotcha.
Hmm.
We're good to go.
Yeah.
So the ones that would be submittable to STA are any %, no OOB, all bosses. Then there's 100%, which there's been a submission of, but it was rejected because it was really, really bad and segmented. But
Isn't there a ridiculous amount of stuff that you really don't need in this game, though?
yeah, just for comparison, this 100% run was an hour 36 as compared to 19 minutes. So
Huh.
there's a lot of stuff to get.
Do you have to buy everything from the shop for that too?
No, it's the best ending, which is 196% map or more. Normal inbounds map is 200.6%, but the max map you can get with out of bounds is 425.5. So that's why instead of saying like get 200%, you're just like, all right, best ending, because really like you have a lot of map you can get. Like
See,
other.
I understand the 200% because of you do the whole game upside down
Yeah.
as well, but the 400 bit sort of
Well, when you get an out-of-bounds square in this game, it actually does like map a square. It's like a white spot on the map. I don't know why they decided to do that, but yeah, even places that aren't supposed to be in the game, like it'll get logged on the map as a white square. So that's why you're able to get so much. Yeah, so it's best ending, and then you have to get all relics, and then complete all the time attack events, which basically, like, we didn't really add that part into the definition until we started going out of bounds a lot, because, like, it just seemed kind of silly to do a 100% run that, like, skips half the bosses and doesn't save Richter, so, yeah, that got put into the definition just to ensure you do that.
I see. You wanted to have out of bounds and all the items. So that makes
Yeah,
sense.
all the
Or all
main-
the 100% definitions.
Yeah.
cool. And then
there's 0%, which
yeah.
3 people have done. Rom Scout, me. Wow, I'm just reading the...
This Rom Scout guy.
Who's this Rom Scout guy? Cosmo and Mecha. So, there's never been anyone who's gotten a good time on it, and no one who cares to get a good time on it.
So what about
well,
it makes
did
it
you-
stupid?
Okay, low percent means you get the Soul of Wolf relic. That's the only relic you're allowed to get.
You still have to beat Dracula, by the
Yeah.
way.
You're not allowed to get any double jump, no bat, no mist, none of the Dracula relics. You just get wolf, because that's the only way you're able to move vertically then, because like where this video is right now, you go to the right instead of the left, and you can farm this item called the Flamberge, which is a two-handed sword with a thrust move. When you do a wolf transformation and then a thrust move, you get to maintain your height vertically. And then you can transform into wolf again and keep going up that way.
isn't that really, really slow?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
the thrust also uses MPs, so you have to maintain your MP really well.
Yeah. And then you have to do an out-of-bounds glitch at the end. A few out-of-bounds glitches, of course, but they're more stupid than usual just because you can't, like, shift over a screen accidentally when you're, like, doing this thrust move, so...
So basically, low percent is a see if you can finish it more sort of thing.
Yeah,
It's endurance, yeah.
Pacifist is not an SDA category, but
Yes.
next finish that. So there's also a way to beat the game only killing Shaft on your kill counter. So it's 1 kill.
Wait, what do you do about Drac? Do you library card out or something?
It doesn't count him.
It's like the ending at that point.
Oh,
So
that's silly.
you just do nothing all game. How does this work, Mecha? Apparently you finished it.
Well, I basically started after I saw Ram playing through it, and I said, "Oh, this might be fun. I'll try."
I'm still stuck farming a heart refresh, by the way. That's the only reason I haven't finished it.
Well, the first big thing is killing Slugger and Gaibon without it counting on your kill counter, and the way to do that is basically to get hit the same frame you kill them, and you have to do that twice in that fight.
Wait, hang on. So it's not actually a pacifist run. It's more of a, like, getting away with murder run.
Pacifist, but
you
there's
kill.
You can
the
say
kill
that.
counts, but
Right.
yeah, it's not as simple as he said. You have to actually kill them, like, on specific frames in their animation while getting hit. And
Yeah.
it's really dumb. But there's worse things in the run.
Oh, definitely.
Alright. So, I mean, that's surprisingly a large amount of categories. I thought people only really did any percent. I suppose it's still true, but...
Actually, a lot of people don't like racing any percent. A lot of people have just done any percent randomly just to get, like, times or whatever, but it's not really a fun category to race.
You also you race bingo and
yeah,
puzzle
actually,
races too, right?
Puzzles.
yeah. So Soten's actually a great bingo game. Like,
Yes.
even if a lot of the stuff to people who haven't speedrun this game might look intimidating to do, but it's actually a lot easier than it looks, for one. And even if you can't do any of the stuff, like, bingo is more about just knowing the game and being able to do a basic route for it. So a lot of people can get into that and do well without necessarily being, like, amazing at speedrunning the game.
Alright, and while we mentioned bingo and racing, just want to go through all the runners, because I realised I skipped over that by accident.
There's a regular bingo race, right? There's like a weekly...
There's Thursday night, right?
Puzzle race, yeah, and then some other stuff attached. We've actually taken a break the last couple weeks, but I'm sure after SGDQ it'll pick up again. But yeah, we've had like 8 puzzle races so far, I think, 8 or 9.
And for people who want to race Soten, Thursday's the night, then.
Yeah, basically.
Was it 9 p.m.
for
Thursday,
those-
right?
It's 8 Eastern, so that would be like, 1 a.m. GMT, I guess.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Right.
Do you want to just quickly cover what a bingo race is and what the puzzle race is? For those who are familiar with SRL or racing?
Yeah, sure. Bingo is you just have 5... you have 25 squares, like a normal bingo card. And then it has different goals on it, like you might collect, say, the talisman in the second castle, or beat a certain boss. Sometimes there's certain conditions, like you're not allowed to use any mana prisms or something. And then you just combine 5 of the goals and make your own route for them, and that's a bingo. And then we do different races with that as a base, like we can do double anti-bingo, where someone chooses a row for you to do, and then you choose another on top of it, or just blackout, you do every goal on the card. And yeah, it's usually a normal bingo race will take like half an hour. A double ante or a blackout could take anywhere from 1 to 2 hours.
Basically, you play till you black out. That's why they call it blackout.
Right,
Yeah.
Because that's so many goals.
Pretty much.
It's like blackout drinking.
So, yeah, I mean, It's really hard to think of a route on the fly for this game, just because there's so much you can do, and it's not just because you can go out of bounds anywhere. It's like just the castle's huge, so. Even like I never win bingo races. I may have the records for this game on Alucard, but I hardly ever win a bingo. Withheld beats me on bingos. Like
yeah, he's the bingo master.
Yeah, Withheld and Rain are bingo champions.
That's one thing I liked about the bingo. Even on blackouts, not everybody takes the same route because someone's gonna forget something. So it's.
Well, actually, hang on. From what I've noticed in bingo, Rain will either win or forfeit.
Yeah.
That's what I've noticed. So.
That's how he is with almost any race, actually. He either is doing like his PB, or he's doing like makes a mistake somewhere and loses like 20 seconds, and it's just like whatever, fuck it. But yeah, I mean that's just how he is. So yeah, I guess that's a nice lead into the runners. We've mentioned a few of them already. Raina Soten has been running this game for, I don't know, at least 5 years, if not more. He's really good at bingos and any percent no OOB. He doesn't really like any percent, but I don't blame him. It's kind of stupid. There's Satoryu, who has the no OOB record on PlayStation. Mark Supiol, who's probably my closest competitor on Xbox. He's really, really good at the game, even though he never practices it for some reason. He just like picks up the game and it's like, yep, beat it in 21 minutes. All right, no problem.
says the guy who beat his PB after not playing for 2 months.
I always need to take like a 2-week break at least before playing again to beat my PB. That's just the way it works. I need to...
like, oh man, I'm so bad at this game. I'll just play to make sure I remember the route.
Yep. The route? Wow, there's like hardly a route in this. It's pretty much just like straight shot, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Aussie88 and Uzuru also have really good 80% times, under 23 minutes. So... Yeah, and then we got Mecha Richter, who's hardly said anything. Dude, you need to talk more.
I'm just enjoying the show.
Much tequila.
He's just happy to be here. No, he's only on gin and tonics this evening, so...
Yeah.
That's the official drink.
Well, the tonic's downstairs, so I've only been drinking gin now.
Yeah, I have that a little bit. I like, you know, I'll keep the gin bottle here, and I'll put the tonic back in the fridge to keep it cool.
Yeah, I keep it sitting next to my bed in case I have a bad dream or something.
Yeah, so other than that, I mean, there's like Cosmo runs this game casually as well. There's actually 60 people listed on SRL who've raced this game, so...
It is, you get some big races.
Yeah.
I've seen 20-man races in it.
Closer to 15 for some of our bigger ones, but yeah, we've gotten some big ones on certain puzzles, or like
thanks to Richter mode.
The Richter race was, I think, our biggest race.
Yeah, the puzzle, then all bosses afterwards, which was like, that surprised me. I don't even think we had one person quit that either.
No. No one plays this game as Richter other than Mecha, pretty much. So it's kind of a surprise when people don't die 50 times, I guess.
I was surprised so many people finish it, like, when they're given these puzzles out of nowhere. I've, like, no idea that many people knew the game that well.
Yeah.
Wait, how did you not mention Sockfolder, the puzzle champion?
Oh my god, Sockfolder.
Wait, is it Puzzle Champion? That only...
Okay,
only the
he
champion...
doesn't actually win the puzzles, but
No.
I'll be damned if he's gonna ever quit one.
Yeah.
Dude, his
He
determination.
made a mistake at the start of a puzzle where, like, you need a heart refresh to do this puzzle efficiently, and he failed to get a heart refresh at the beginning of the game on your only chance to get one. And so he sat and farmed one as a drop for like 3 hours or something.
Wait, I did that. I did that too, but it didn't take me 3 hours.
Took an hour, I think.
Yeah.
I've seen him with his 4-hour plus puzzle finishes.
Yeah.
Didn't he make
that was mine. Sorry.
didn't he make a brutal puzzle as well?
No, he hasn't made a puzzle yet.
Oh, right.
Yet.
Yeah,
He
it's
needs to
probably
make one.
finish the game with this equipment, and all of them are rare drops.
I think wouldn't. I think his race should just be don't get the first heart refresh, get the second heart refresh.
Well, we've done rare drop races before.
Yeah, drops are just a thing in this game. Like, that rare drop race he's talking about. My internet was switching that day, so I actually stopped mid-race and like went and took care of that for like 40 minutes, came back and got a Vorpal Blade first drop and still won the race.
Yeah, shut up. I hate you. I farmed that for like an hour and didn't get it.
So yeah, drops, even with like maxed luck or anything, like it's never consistent.
It's ridiculous.
So that's why there's no like luck in any of like the speedrun routes, pretty much, as far as drops.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so that pretty much covers all the runners. I think
we're getting to the heavy stuff now. Then.
Yeah, we are going hardcore. Get your tequila ready, everyone. Or whiskey, if you like whiskey. I like whiskey.
Or gin, if you're a gentleman.
Or gin, because that's all Mecha has. Yeah, so actually, one of the big draws of this game, like, if you just watch the speedrun, you're, like, blown away, and you're like, whoa, how do I do this stuff? Like, one of the big draws of it, not just the tricks, but just the momentum tricks you can do. What was I doing in this run? Wow, this sucked.
Flipping library card.
This was an in-game
ready
run, so...
Yeah, this is a
I was ready for library card Buffalo Star strats.
So you can see just general movement is really fast-paced, and there's a lot of crazy momentum tricks you can do. The big one you saw at the start was shield dashing, which, as I explained, is backdash, shield, and you have to keep a rhythm with it, but the faster you can do the rhythm, like closer to turbo speed, the better off you are.
So is it literally as fast as possible, or is there like a slightly more optimal timing?
I mean, it's as fast as you can go with both buttons. So, because there's two buttons involved. So a lot of people use their thumb. I use two hands, and then just like quickly shift my left hand over to the D-pad when I'm, having to do anything else.
What do you actually press? Like, what button combination are you trying to press there?
On a PlayStation controller, it would be triangle, circle. Just
alternating between them really fast?
Yeah.
Which is a really awkward 2 to press.
Well, you can remap, at least in the XBLA version.
You can remap on PlayStation too. But it has to be at the start of the game.
The only person I've heard of ever actually switching the controls was Lenofus, but everyone else just seems to use the default controls.
See, you could swap it to, like, square triangle and tap like I do, and you'd be able to do it pretty quickly, surely.
Yeah, but then your main attack button would be on, whatever, like triangle, I guess, or whatever else you want.
Just throw it on the bumpers. Or on the triggers. I use... trigger.
Throw it on the D-pad.
The first SDA run uses L and R as the attack buttons. So...
Yeah, that's what I do in CVHD.
There you go, PJ. Yeah.
No, when I was playing, I had attack 2, like whatever the shield would be, I had it on left bumper, and then right trigger for backdash.
Your button mapping was so insane. Or still is, but yeah.
Yeah, so most people do figure out a way to... I mean, like, Satoriu just, I guess, twitches his thumb in a certain way. Like, you can mess it up really easily if you're new. Like, most people, when they're learning to try and shield dash fast, tend to just stand in place and, like, end up just messing it up completely.
Holding the shield out and looking awesome.
Yeah, it's just the shield, yeah.
See, I didn't have trouble with standing in place, but I just compared it to someone doing it well and realized that although I was moving quicker than walking, it was still not very fast.
Yeah, and shield dashing, like, as I said before, like, when shield dashing became, like, a big thing for Soden speedrunning, the competition, like, just went away completely, and it was, like, just Satori for a while. People overblow, I think, how big shield dashing actually is in a run. Because you can shield dash super fast, but if you're not executing everything else right, like, it's really not going to matter. You're gaining frames and then losing, like, 3 seconds for getting hit, you know? So, I mean, I've done on Xbox, a no shield dashing clock rush, which is the first big part of the run. It's about 8 minutes long, and, I mean, I can get a sub 8 minute shield dashing on that. But I've also got an 825, not shield dashing at all, just doing normal back dashing. So it doesn't save as much time as people think, because once you get the bat, like a minute or two after that, you're not shield dashing like at all. You're always wing smashing. So really you're talking about like optimally maybe like 30 seconds gained throughout a run.
Now, see, I was always under the impression that it was huge.
Yeah, that's because everyone overblows it, and
Right.
it just looks impressive, and they think like, wow, this is a big deal, you're moving really fast. But you're actually not moving as much faster than normal backdashing as you think. So
I'm gonna wait for that run then, where someone does a no shield dash run and beats your time. Most embarrassing defeat.
they could right now if they want to. Yeah, so some of the other tricks that are big are like transformation chaining. You got like, well, I mean, in this run that you're watching right now, you see a lot of bat kicking. I do like a jump kick out of a double jump into a bat, and then like I have a head start basically on my wing smash. I gain more ground beforehand. So there's stuff like that, but then you can also do like a wolf charge into bat, and then you're like actually going faster than you would be wing smashing when you're turning into the bat. And if in the no OOB run on SDA, you can see that done. Yeah, and I think, yeah, a lot of the other stuff is just stuff that people have probably done, like, on their own, just playing the game. We talked about IWS a little bit. You see me doing that all over the place in this video.
I was going to say, Wolf Miss is a pretty important one, too. It's kind of similar to Wolf Rise, but it's much easier to do. And you see them do that to get the sword card early.
Yeah, we're talking about with low percent, you can do the Wolf Rise by doing like a thrust move and then turning into Wolf again. When you do a, you can do it with Mist as well, and it's a lot faster. And you have to actually, I think PJ actually did this in his blind playthrough of the game. I remember him telling me the story. He wanted to like, actually you can tell, you're the guy that did it.
Well, I saw a few of your runs, but it was like, at the time, I think I had just moved to a new apartment and I didn't have internet set up, so I was playing Soten. So I had like no access to runs or guides or anything. And I somehow managed to get to, I don't even know what it's called, the place where Richter is with the broken staircase.
Yeah.
So I got over there and recognized it. I was like, wait a minute, I remember Grom Scout doing something here. How do I get up there? And all I had was like Wolf and Mist, and actually that's it. That's all I had, I think. And did I even have double jump? Do you need double jump?
No.
I don't think.
You don't need
Well, anyways.
No.
So I was like, well, I got to find a way up there, and I was like too afraid to go try and find Bat because I had no idea where it was and no idea where I was. I knew I'd never make it back, so I just made it work, I guess.
Yeah, so I guess even if you're playing it blind, you can run into stuff like this. So yeah, you just do the Wolf Mist chain, and then if you hit the chain between Mist and Wolf fast enough, like Mist takes a lot of MP normally. Like when you push the button, like if you're at a low level, like over half your MP bar just goes boom. But if you chain it fast enough, it doesn't get to the point in the animation where it takes away the MP, so you're able to just infinitely chain it if you have good timing. And it's not like frame perfect timing or anything, it's actually really lenient.
Yeah,
I'd say a few
it's pretty
frames.
easy. You were doing bat mist a lot to cancel wing smashes.
Yeah, you can
Right?
see that. Anytime I'm basically changing direction drastically with a wing smash, you just use the mist to quickly stop your momentum, and you're able to do a wing smash at a different spot, as opposed to untransforming, falling down to the ground, transforming into bat again, then doing a wing smash. It saves a lot of time over the course of a run.
Yeah, and it's faster than not wing smashing at all.
Right. So, yeah, I think that covers most of the big transformation chains. I mean, there might be others you randomly do in like a bingo or something, just because, who knows. I think Mecha Richter goes down to the basement without the Jewel of Open like 3/4 of the time when he's playing bingo.
Oh, yeah. Even when it's not relevant, I have to do it.
You just come up with a lot of crazy stuff you can do on the fly.
Yeah, I'm good at doing that. It never helps either, but I gotta do it. Makes me feel better anyway.
Yeah, so there's the IWS you've seen. You just change. I'm not sure exactly like what the frame window is, but it's huge enough to not care. You just, I mean, like when I just have a feel for the timing now, but like if I was learning it or trying to practice it to make sure I don't mess it up, like I'm basically just going 1, 2, go, 1, 2, go. I mean, it's just a rhythm you get into with the full circle input. It's not really
I didn't even
difficult.
know there was a frame window or anything. I thought you could just do it at any point. It would work. Because, hey,
No.
it's Soten.
Yeah, you can actually
Some
mess it
things-
up.
You
Unless
just,
you're
yeah,
playing
you just
Saturn
have these...
version.
Yeah, you
Saturn
just have these
version.
expectations sometimes, like when you can go out of bounds by walking. There's some things that you just expect to happen.
That was all intended in the programming.
Yeah.
Have we discussed the slope jumps with the wolf?
Yeah, not really. I mean, you probably saw some throughout this all bosses run that was shown, but
Yeah.
the big slope jumps are to get the garnet early. You would normally be expected to have double jump there, and then get to where the bat is in the library early. So when you're running forward as the wolf up a slope, whenever you jump when you're running forward, you have a much higher jump than normal, and so you can abuse that. And in the two places in the run where it's really relevant, you just turn around mid jump, and then one place you have to like mist out of it. But yeah, it's really simple. It's something like you just explain to someone you can do this, and then they're able to do it pretty much.
Yeah.
Although you can mess it up once in a while if you turn around before actually jumping. That's probably the biggest mistake people have with that. Because then they just go flying up the slope, and it looks pretty funny at least. There's comedy value.
So you can't dive kick in this game unless you have the double jump, right? Or the wall.
That's actually incorrect. Yeah, you can. You can't chain dive kicks unless you have the double jump, like really fast. But sorry,
The bad streets of Chicago,
Please
damn!
don't-
Like,
don't.
it
Yeah.
sounds like they're just playing with the siren too. They're just like, "Wee, wee, wee."
Yeah,
The thing with jump kick is when you don't have the double jump or you're kicking out of a transform, you only go straight down. You can't move left or right.
yeah.
And
Go ahead.
there's only one spot where that's useful, and that's to get the Aurochs early in the
Yeah.
clock room. Like that's really the only spot that it's actually useful.
That's the only place the only place I could think of when I said that. And before I even knew about that, like I thought you could dive kick all the time because CVHD said so. And I was watching you run. I'm like, why does he always make that wolf? That's stupid. That's a strange mistake to make in the same
Scout
spot every
doesn't
time.
know anything.
Yeah,
CVHD also lets Richter double jump, which is stupid.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
don't
you
even know
can
that.
see the slope jump we were talking about right here, and then I go into mist.
Yeah.
So that's basically where it's abused, because I think when they made the game, they intended you to have double jump to get up there, but
You think?
there's actually like 50 other ways to get up there.
They intended a lot of things.
Actually, I don't even know what they intended anymore. Maybe we can take the Super Metroid runner stance and just say everything's intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The omniscient Deer Force.
Now, this is K-Set, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
Another random company I've never heard of that made an incredibly popular, famous game.
Yeah, Mecha and I don't worship them as much as Deer Force is worshipped.
Nah.
It's the
Oh,
name.
Deer Force.
It's
How could you
Deer
not?
Force, that's it. If they were called, like, Big Goose, then you'd go for it. But anyway, let's dip our toes into these some crazy amount of tricks then, because we have videos for almost all of these too.
Yeah. So one of the things that people ask me a lot when I'm streaming is like, why don't you skip death? It's actually a really well-known glitch, but the only easy way to skip death is in luck mode. And we went over this a little bit earlier, but what you're doing is you're making yourself lose over half your HP on a single hit, so you go flying. There we go, right here. And yeah, anytime you lose half your max HP or more, like, you have no control at that point, and you end up where you end up. But conveniently, you end up past a cutscene here and get to keep all this crap and just completely obliterate the game.
That was an impressive
No,
damage
the game's
boost.
broken.
I think
And-
it's the fastest damage boost I've
It really
ever
makes
seen.
CV1 damage boosts look scrubbed here. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and the reason why you're doing this on luck mode, it only works on luck mode, is because your HP goes down to 25, but it kills your stats, but it gives you max luck.
yeah, and the reason we don't run luck mode is because okay, the any percent route on normal mode right now is already really, really stupid. Like, there's a lot of stuff I hate doing in it. But if you're gonna do a luck mode run and had like this glitch in it, you'd also kind of be obligated to do like all the other glitches. And because you can abuse this big toss in like a bunch of different places, you can skip a lot more stuff. Like, just move down long hallways really fast. You don't. An optimal luck mode route would not even get the bat. Like, you would just be in the Flamberge off a drop, which would be reasonable because you'd get better luck to get the drop. But yeah,
You should just need a duplicator.
Does the luck just
Duplicator
work?
and elixir.
Does the,
you wouldn't be able to get the duplicator. It would be too big of a detour to like not
Doesn't
go
matter.
Gas one.
I would accept it just so you could big toss in every room.
does the luck just work in that there's a certain amount of chance for certain enemies to drop certain items, and the higher luck is, the more likely it is? Is that because you're saying about getting the Flamberge from a drop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure the exact like formulas and crap behind it, but basically, every enemy has a common drop and a rare drop. There's a chance at all that they'll drop it, and then there's like an additional chance when you get like a drop, I guess, that the drop is going to be one of those two things. So the luck just makes it so that chance of a drop at all is higher, chance of a common drop is higher, and chance of a rare drop is higher. So it's just like, it's really weird.
So can you explain what luck mode is then, or what a luck mode run is, if we haven't mentioned it already?
I don't think we have, because if
Not really. We just mentioned you have to do it for this glitch. When you type in x-x exclamation point v apostrophe Q in the names.
The best name ever.
Those are usually the initials that I use when I score.
Yeah, it's no Justin Bailey, but it'll do.
So it's a code they put in so that you start the game with 25 HP, like 5 MP, 5 hearts, and you normally start with like 70 to 80 HP. You start with like 25 MP at least. Yeah, the stats just get nerfed, and you have like no attack power or anything, but you have 99 luck, and then you have an item on top of that where it boosts your luck by 20, so you actually start by default with like 120-ish luck. And yeah, you're going to get drops all over the place to make up for the fact that you're going to be completely nerfed. Except you're not going to be completely nerfed because of this glitch. So that's how it works. I mean, no one runs luck mode, really. The old Japanese runs were in luck mode, but yeah, I mean, we all just stick to normal mode for one reason or another. It's just more fun, I guess.
Those were more sane.
Yeah. Let's see. And okay, so we can get into some of the other big tricks too, like getting the duplicator in a normal mode run completely breaks it. In order to get the duplicator, you need to be on a New Game Plus file. Like, you can't skip cutscenes in the game, or get mana prisms, or the duplicator, and like one other thing, I forget what, in the shop, unless you have a clear file already on your memory card. So you go into that, and then you start by getting the sword card, and you do that after you beat Minotaur and Werewolf. You get the Mist. So you come up here, and yeah, Cow makes you happy. You go through the statues. So what happened there was, okay, this is unlike any other OOB glitch in the run, because the only reason it works as far as like why you're able to go out of bounds there is because the tunnels that are made like that in the chapel are just completely...
They're a mess.
Yeah, like, I don't even know how to describe it exactly, but there's like 4 doors that you can just, if you backdash, you're like almost in the screen transition, but not quite, and you stop it with a heart refresh or a shield rod spell, it counts you as being in the next screen already, even though you're still on this screen. So, I actually asked, okay, the tasker for this game is Arcado, and like, I've done this trick a bunch, but I asked him, like, what makes this trick work? And his reply was, I don't fucking know, just do it. So that's the tasker's in-depth explanation of why this glitch works.
He has the best definitions for this game. It just works.
Yeah. So there is a slower way to do that, where you're like flickering and going through, but for some reason when you turn around and backdash on the same frame, even though you're going further back in the screen you're already on, because it thinks you're on the next screen, when you walk forward, you're there. I don't know. Yeah, it's really confusing. It's really easy, though. I mean, you do have to be a little tight with the timing on this. Because you have to do a shield rod spell, which involves pushing the shield and the shield rod buttons at the same time during the backdash at the right point. But it's not like frame perfect or anything. And you've probably got, I want to say 3 frames, maybe 2, but definitely 2 or 3.
This game, the game's surprisingly input heavy when you speedrun it.
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff you sort of.
There's a lot of weird tricks you gotta do. Yeah.
It's pretty tech heavy. Actually, all the Metroidvanias are like this. I think Portrait of Ruin, like the fastest way to move when you get double jump is you like jump kick as Jonathan, switch into Charlotte, slide, then switch back into Jonathan, double jump again. It's just crazy, all the stuff you can do in these games. But
yeah.
Alright, so the next part of it, once you get past the statue, you saw me doing the Wolf Mist, which we talked about. That's pretty simple. So you just Wolf Mist, get the sword card, and you can see when you do it fast enough, you don't lose any MP. So then when you get the sword card, the reason you're getting that is to do the shop glitch. And we get a garnet earlier in the run during the clock rush, You can also get an onyx if you missed the garnet for some reason. And all rocks quarters, there's an onyx you can get. And alright, this one's fun to explain. So, when you end up in the library, you are casting Sword Brothers, and then going into the shop menu, and then you're able to pause the game when you're not supposed to, equip the garnet, and then sell it while you have it equipped, and then you have 255 garnets. So what's happening is the Sword Brothers spell has a really long, drawn-out animation. It's kind of a weird animation, and then so when you cast that and go into the shop menu, you're tricking the game into thinking you're in like the normal gameplay area where you were casting the spell. And when you do that, you're able to pause the game even though you normally wouldn't be able to during the shop menu. So then you go on the garnet screen there, the screen where you would sell the garnet. You're able to pause, equip it, and then when you sell it, it's taking away, it's just normally would take away 1 from the 1 you have, but now it's taking away 1 from the 0 you have, so it's a glitch. And
yeah, so through setting the counter, give me 255 of that ring.
Yeah, so then I'm able to sell that and afford anything in the shop, and we get like Mana Prism, Buffalo Stars, Library Card, and the Duplicator. I mean, I get a Gauntlet just for the in-game timer run, but it's not really significant. It makes your attack go up by 5, but when your attack is already like 120 with the Buffalo Stars, we're not going to make that big of a difference. It might save a Buffalo Star or 2 on some bosses.
But see, part of that, the game of this is like levels and stats, because you can try this at home and not kill anything. And be wondering why, because there is stat manipulation, right, with this?
Not so much in this run. In the any percent run, strength. Well, strength's the biggest stat as far as the speedrun goes. It's really a lot more significant in the no OOB run. And in any percent run, you really only need to have enough strength to be able to quickly kill Minotaur and Werewolf when you get to them. Because after that point, you have Buffalo Stars on. Your stats are really insignificant because your attack is just so out of whack that it doesn't even matter. You're walking up and killing stuff. So in a no OOB run though, because it's too big of a detour to go get the sword card without being able to do that trick, because that's an OOB glitch, even though, I mean, I don't know if you want to get all technical about it. Maybe you're in bounds the whole time, but not really. So
well, you can go out of bounds with it.
Yeah, I mean you're basically out of bounds. So
yeah,
you're tricking the game into thinking you're in a room you're not. So yeah, too big of a detour to get the sword card. So you have Shield Rod and Iron Shield as your main thing. So strength actually does matter in that run a lot. Like, and I think my lowest I've ever finished an no OOB run with was like 22 strength, and I lost about, I want to say 15 seconds on just the Dracula fight, and who knows how much on other stuff. Just 15 seconds on the Dracula fight compared to my run on SDA that has like, I think 30 strength there, 30 or 31. And I've seen people in no OOB runs, like I think Satori's gotten as high as like 40. So yeah, there's a lot of luck as far as strength in that run. We've routed it so it matters less, but it still makes a big difference in that run.
Wow.
Yeah, any percent it doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I didn't know it made that big of a difference. I remember watching you miss like the quick kills on Minotaur and Werewolf because your strength was pretty low. But
yeah.
I didn't know it made that much difference at the end of the game too.
Yeah, I mean you lose 3 seconds like just on them for not being able to quick kill them. So, and that's like a really early battle where you're not like having to cast Iron Shield like 3 or 4 times in order to kill something.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a shop glitch. I mean, nothing about the shop glitch is hard. You just need to know it exists, pretty much, and you can do it yourself.
It's just menus, right?
Yeah.
No tricky stuff there.
I mean, you just have to be able to cast Sword Brothers, which is obviously hard for me sometimes, because I've botched runs just sitting there trying to cast that for like
I think
20 seconds.
I think I've seen runs fail or mistakes be made on just everything in this game at some point. Like,
Yeah.
I remember watching people practice for the first marathon, IGDQ 2011, and they couldn't do the some mist jumps where they jump as wolf and turn into mist and go up a ledge. And I think I've seen everything fail or get messed up in this game. And I'm just going to put it down to the fact that it's really freaking hard.
I mean, everyone who runs the game, I think, can generally agree the game's really easy to run casually. It's only when you're getting to, like, trying to get a record time that it goes from, like, easy to really, really stupid. Because you want to do everything. Like, there's some things that have some leeway, but you want to do it, like, as close to frame perfect as possible. So it becomes harder than it needs to be. Yeah, so the other big glitches in any percent where you're going OOB, there's some floor clips you can do as the wolf. And what you're doing there, this is a really easy, what you're doing basically is you're going as the wolf, you're just charging straight into a slope, jumping and untransforming at the right time, and then it's just like, oh hey, you're kind of in the floor, aren't you? Well, I guess you were down here instead of up here when you're untransforming.
Yeah, the game gets really mad if you like go out of bounds for even a sub-pixel. It'll just push you straight down.
Yeah, so it zips you down, and when I say you have to push it at the right time, when you don't have the wolf relics, what that means is you have to jump at the right frame, untransform at the right frame, and then when you do that, you get to pray to Lady Luck during that split second while you get your 1 in 3 chance of having the right sub-pixel push you through the floor instead of being pushed up. Mecha Richter this is Mecha Richter doing a glitch into the caverns with the wolf relics. It's no longer sub-pixel perfect then. I believe it's still frame perfect though, right?
You can do it blindfolded. It's super easy.
Blindfolded? Okay.
Well, okay, maybe not, but
not as tight as doing it with no wolf relics.
No, I get it like 95% of the time, but basically, yeah, when I clip into the stairs, I'm wolf smashing right. Like, the game is weird when you get out of bounds like that. You, like, sometimes can't transition into the next room unless you transform into a bat or mist.
Yeah, like when you turn into human Alucard in a floor, you're just stuck there. There's very few times where you actually have the ability to move around at all. But when you are a bat, then you actually can just fly around, because your base position, I guess you want to call it, like the bottom pixel of your sprite, is higher than it would be as human Alucard, so that's why you're able to have some room to move around.
Yeah.
And that's how you're able to like load the caverns here. And if you did this on PlayStation, your graphics would be all fucked up. But this is part of the all bosses, like the new all bosses route.
Yeah,
changes made to it. So.
Yeah, it's basically what's going on when you do it on a PlayStation version. You're skipping the loading screen room, which like loads the next area properly, but you're not going through that. So it's trying to load the graphics from the previous area in the caverns, and the game doesn't know what to do, so it looks like a complete mess.
There's another like kind of extraneous glitch we have some footage of later about that deals with doing just that.
Yeah, they'll basically explain what that means when you see that. And another thing, when I go into the stairs like that, instead of going right, if you go left, you can actually get into the room that has the holy glasses without getting the gold and silver rings. So that allows you to, if you want to save Richter without getting the rings, you can do that too.
Basically only applicable in like, bingo or puzzles where you might have to get the holy glasses, but because there's no speedrun actually, not even 100%. Well, actually 100% you do have to get the holy glasses, but it'd be faster to just get silver rings at that point.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, none of the speedrun routes get the holy glasses. So yeah, there's that trick. There's skipping Richter out of bounds. Anyone who's seen an 80% run, like, you probably watched me botch a run there, like, at least half the time.
Yeah, and you do it on the part that has one less subpixel on it, which...
One less subpixel that works, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I get the right frame more consistently down there, that's why.
So I just want to make sure I'm right here. Subpixel is just a distance less than a pixel in a game, right?
It's like a corner of the pixel. Like, you're not even guaranteed to get it, even if you get the right pixel.
Yeah, you can control down to the frame. You cannot control beyond that. The game is just... It's whatever the game's wonky hit detection decides at that moment.
All good, all good.
So this video right here is actually the non-OOB Richter skip, not the OOB one, but yeah, that's in a no OOB run, that's how you skip Richter there. You get the Wolf Relics in the entrance. You have to get both Wolf Relics, you can do the charge move, and then you dash over the pit, and it's not frame perfect for this or anything, it's just basically somewhere right around the second stair. You jump while you're holding right, and then you got the glitch. Right? Yes, right. You're going right back to the save point, right? Hey, you hold right in every platformer. I don't care what the script says.
I saw a video which was all about going right in video games, and it had a lot of clips of Zelda 2. I thought, you go left an awful lot in Zelda 2. Like,
there's a lot of left. It's pretty balanced.
So yeah, sorry, how do you know when you've got it? Because I remember at marathons, you guys have been like, oh yeah, I got it, and like, you haven't even got to Richter yet, so...
Well, normally when you arrive in that room, well, when you get the skip, you can tell because the room's shifted upward a little bit. So you can basically just tell by looking. So
here's what normally happens. When that spot right where the wolf's going between like the ceiling and that candle, there's a little loading trigger for the Richter battle, and it's there until you clear the Richter battle. But you're actually clipping like at the right speed, speed and angle, and you need to have the wolf relics to do this. So that you actually are skipping that trigger, and then the game is in the same state as it would be as if you had already cleared it. So then the cutscene happens here instead of the battle, and you're able to just go on to the second castle that way.
I'll buy it, sure.
Yeah.
Why not? There's a combination of that explanation and what Duckfist is doing in this video at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks, Duckfist. Now I understand.
Just draw random circles and X's on the screen too.
Yeah.
There you go.
Do it John Madden style.
Yeah.
Maybe we can have the bat fly around. He can be our guide. Alright.
There you go.
Yeah, okay, so you meant to slow-mo that part. So yeah, you're actually flipping the ceiling.
No, he needs to slow-mo this part.
Yeah.
This is it, the good animations here.
Untransforming is important, by the way. If you don't untransform for Wolf, the game doesn't, the game just gets mad and won't untransform you. And
like,
there you go, Duckfist was just giving you a clue. He was just reminding you what you're meant to talk about.
Yeah, you're going to be stuck in the cutscene as the wolf and just walking forward forever, because when the wolf tries, like, it just codes it so that after the cutscene, Alucard just walks left, jumps at a certain point, walks in a teleporter, presses up, teleports. But when you're in like a different transformation, the wolf can't jump high enough to get up there, so he's just walking into the wall. We have told everyone ever that we've taught this trick to like be cautious of this and make sure you don't untransform, but every single time, the first time they get it, everyone gets stuck in the cutscene as the wolf. Like, no exceptions. It doesn't matter if you warn them.
Everybody gets stuck at least once.
Man, that is some hardcore dancing there.
Yes.
Man, the frame rate on this video is so bad.
Alright, I approve Duckfist. I approve.
Alright, so we've got one more here under tricks, the drag relic skip.
Yeah, that's the other big one in any percent. Like, just for reference, the OOB Richter skip that goes through the floor, and then out of bounds, which is what you see in extremely high quality every week on the intro movie to the show.
Hey,
There's at
it
least
looked
five-
good until you pointed it out.
It's a blur filter. It's the best.
Yeah, so that's the glitch you see done, and then that saves 2.5 minutes over the no OOB Richter skip, and about 10 minutes over getting the holy glasses normally. This glitch that's being done on the screen right now saves like also about 10 minutes, because the second castle on 80% takes about 2.5, and on 80% no OB it takes about like 12 or 13 minutes, I think. So what's happening there? I'm pretty sure, but we'll go with the Deer Force theory here. They put in the heart refreshes not to actually refill your hearts, but to allow you to do this glitch and go wherever the hell you want out of bounds. This is the easiest way to get out of bounds normally. You just have Duplicator, 2 heart refreshes on, and what's happening is when you backdash there, like you go to any screen where the screen can scroll at all, like you see it's moving back and forth, whatever, it's a big room. So when you get to the point like right before it would stop scrolling, and then you like are backdashing, and then you pause the game, and you notice Alucard is moving back, even though the screen is not scrolling with them. So then it assumes you've stayed in the same position, even though you clearly haven't, and it scrolls the screen to your new position from the spot you're already on. So it's over-scrolling, basically. And that creates a little gap between the screens, so you can go into the screen transition, basically. And that's how you're able to like do this glitch and several other OOB glitches. And so then after that, when you're in between the screens, you go up a pixel below the screen transition going upward. And then after that, to do this perfectly, you have to have double jump, and then you tap left, untransform in a 1-frame link, and then you have to hit a jump out of double jump on the first frame that you possibly can out of transform. Then you get the fastest way to skip into the elevator room.
Sounds easy.
It sounds really intimidating. I will say it's a fairly easy glitch to do if you're going to take the time to line it up. Like, line up, make sure you're exactly like 1 pixel under the screen transition. You can kind of tell by barely seeing the Batwing. And then, you know, if you can do a 1-frame link input of any kind, no problem there. And then I guess the double jump part of it is just, I just mash and hope I get the right frame, honestly. Like, I don't care. I'm not going to be able to tell when the right frame is. So, yeah, I mean, it's easier than I just made it sound, but there's other ways to get into, like, you can, the old way from the 80% record right now is, like, getting into the save room. And when you're 1 pixel under the screen transition already, you simply untransform and then hold up and left and start mashing jump. And it takes like 20-ish seconds of flickering, but you can get into the save room that way. So, There's other ways to get to that area. It's just the fastest way saves about 15 seconds over the way I just mentioned. So optimally in a speedrun, you want to not take the time to line it up and just do that super fast.
Yeah, I've seen the flicker one a lot. That's my favorite.
It's our seizure warning one.
Yeah, so epileptics currently can't watch the 80% run, but our goal is to...
Epileptics can't finish the game because they can't kill the big, the fucking huge boss that's Feasel.
Feasel.
Yeah.
Is that Dracula 2 or?
Yeah, that's the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing. That fucking thing. Anyway, I think what we're gonna do, if people want to start asking questions, I'm gonna start picking out the good ones, and you guys can talk any last things you want to about this. Because
Yeah,
it's
I
near
mean-
the end of my list, but that doesn't mean you don't have 7 more hours of things to talk about. But you can start asking questions. I have been informed that quite a few of you are in some bizarre Negatron chat where I can't read your comments, so if you have a really good question and it's not come up, that's probably why. I know for a fact that there are people in there who have been trying to chat all show and have not been seen by anybody. So, yeah.
Go
So
Twitch.
yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, questions in chat. If you keep asking and it's not coming up, then maybe you can, I don't know, ask us in IRC or something. I don't know.
Yeah, so... and those are all the basic speed glitches, I guess, that really are relevant at all in a run. We didn't really talk about the no OOB run much, but I mean, you basically in any percent, you're just trading all those stupid tricks for like not having to manage MP, being able to IWS everywhere, just going straight to the end of the game. No OOB, because you can't get infinite stuff, you just have to actually manage your MP and use Iron Shield spell instead of Buffalo Stars. It's there's a lot more tech to it. I'd say it takes more skill to run that, and it's more fun. So I'd recommend anyone wanting to learn the game to actually start with no OOB, and then just do the OOB glitches if you feel like going deeper. And yeah, I'd say easy ways to pick up on like running the game. Just watch the runs and try and mimic them. Stuff like the OOB glitches, obviously, you'd need some explanation. But anything in the no OOB run, like even the no OOB Richter skip, all I did to learn that was watch the Tori's run and then just copy it. Like, it's not.
That's
that
actually
bad.
that's how I learned it too. So anybody can pick it up just by watching it.
Yeah.
So the other thing with it though is you got to be wary which version it is, because some stuff you could try and it just won't work. Or
The XBLA and PlayStation versions, which are the versions that most people have access to, whether it's on PSN or just the disc or whatever. Most North Americans and Europeans at least would have access to that version, and they're pretty much the same game. It's just the loading times that are different. So as far as speedruns go, you can watch one run and apply everything to the same run.
Are there like web resources for this? Is there, a site that deals with some of these explanations of things?
Not really.
Well-
Should be, but I have a tutorial on my YouTube for the 80% route, but I mean, you can watch that. I go like really in depth. Like I know I went in depth here a lot, but actually, I spent like a lot of time, like at least 10 to 15 minutes, just talking about like the first quick kills in the game, like in the first like 30 seconds of the game. So yeah, if you want something really in depth, you can watch that. Otherwise, just getting into races and participating in bingos and stuff, you'll get really good at the game really fast and learn a lot of stuff. Because we're always in Skype calls, we always help each other out when we are wondering where something is or how to do a certain trick. So
Yeah, don't ever be afraid to ask questions. We're always willing to help.
yeah, we also have an IRC channel on SCA.
Yeah.
It's not very heavily populated. It has about, like, I don't know, like 10-ish people in it on average.
Yeah.
You can go to Castlevania, or I guess what do we want to call it? Number Castlevania to be cute.
Yeah, or hashtag
Number
Castlevania.
That's 10 is still way more than hash flicky rules, which
Yeah,
only
the channel where Rom Scout isn't even in.
I'm in there sometimes.
Sometimes.
So yeah, you can go to Castlevania anytime people have questions about Soten. You know, at least half the people in there at any given time are Soten runners, so usually are quick to answer questions. Alright, so
I mean, we basically had the same answer to the how to learn it, which is watch someone play it and try and do it.
yeah, it's basically just watch and learn and then do it yourself. Just get into races, go for it. Just doing casual gameplay using speed techs will help you a lot with just being able to do a normal speedrun if that's what you want to do.
So
a lot of people just have fun doing just the casual races and don't even care about, like, trying to get a good personal record on.
So what if someone's never played this game and sort of wants to run it? Would you suggest they like try and learn the whole thing first? Like, would you suggest they finish it normally, or?
If you've never played the game, I would suggest just not even looking at any speedruns, any notes or anything. Just play the game. Just finish it completely, because
The
like
run will
these
ruin the
times-
game for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's it will be a much more enjoyable experience to start if you play it normally. I know my first playthrough of Soten took about 9 hours. I know most people I've heard take between 8 and 10 hours. Some people even more, like 15 even, just exploring everything.
I got very, very lost when I tried to play it.
Yeah, I think it took me longer than that too.
Yeah,
I wanted to visit every room and everything. So.
I have a feeling I made it to about 6 and I wasn't even halfway through it.
Yeah.
And that's because I was
the way
exploring.
That's just how you play the game, like when you're first playing. It's just all about exploring.
Really
That's what the
badly.
emphasis is on. Yeah. So I would just recommend doing that, and then once you've beaten the game, just do everything we just talked about, and just get into any speed techs you want to do and stuff like that. Races. When you know the full castle, you're a lot better off in the kind of races we tend to do on SRL than someone who's just tried to learn the speed techs and the routes and nothing else, because when you get out, like, you know there's 200.6% map inbounds. The any percent no OOB route, I think, covers about 50%. I think the any percent route covers something like 25 to 30%. So if you only learn those routes, you're not going to know where anything is, and it'll be hard to actually do anything properly.
Didn't Arcado do a low percent map, or a low map percent run?
Yeah, he's done, okay,
Yeah.
Avocado comes from a community called World Beyond Walls, and they've been doing nothing but OOB glitches and stuff, and trying to just demolish the game for like years.
I thought you were going to say something like a family of vampires or something like that.
That works too. Maybe it is for a
Pretty
family of
accurate.
vampires.
Oh.
Yeah, so, yeah, it's just, there's a lot of, if you go to World Beyond Walls, I don't know the exact address, just Google it as the first result. You can see a lot of unique ways to get out of bounds. And you can watch the, like, pacifist tasks if you want to see, like, a quick demonstration, I guess, or the 100% luck mode task. You want to see demonstration of just, like, all the glitches in the game, because there's, I think we covered, like, maybe 3% of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's save corruption glitches, there's,
Oh, we
And
didn't
there's,
even show
like-
the third outer wall too.
yeah,
That's a
I
big,
mean, we should show at least the third outer wall, just to get an
Yeah.
idea of, like, some of the really crazy stuff you can do in this game.
yeah, that's a good
Um,
example of where the game just doesn't care.
Alright, so hopefully we have it coming up soon here, but I'm just doing like a variation of the double heart refresh glitch, except on a screen that's not scrolling. So you're doing a jump kick instead, and getting kind of into the next screen, and just you're gonna drop into the floor. I think right before this I showed like where I was on the map, just as a demonstration, or maybe it's after this. I don't know, but so. Okay, I'm just gonna let you watch this a little bit while I'm like barely explaining it, because you can see where I am on the map right there with that little blinking dot. And so when you go past the save room here, then you can see I'm over there on the top right, which just makes complete sense. And then you're here. So.
I remember this my first time through.
So that's the reverse caverns graphics. And the background, I can't explain.
Well, no, it's just
the moon, I think.
It's just a green screen before they put in all the effects.
So, yeah, this is actually basically the first castle outer wall, with the second castle music playing in the top right of the second castle, and we have no idea why you can access that. Yeah, it's really weird, but yeah, so a lot of glitches like this where there's just no need to explain. There's like a fire boom. You can do like gravity booting with fire boomerangs instead of the gravity boots and stuff like that. Yeah, if you save, you can actually use save rooms here. I think I'm coming up to one soon, and then you can load the save, and the graphics will look like the normal first outer wall instead of this crap. But the save room works, and it doesn't crash your game or anything. But when you load it from the save menu, it says the place you're in is blank. And yeah, it.
Wow.
And so.
What a sick disc that is.
Yeah, actually, I'm pretty sure my disc isn't going to work anymore, like, the next time I do this glitch, because you can hear the PS2, like, struggling with, like, trying to load this at all when you, get into it. But, yeah, so, I'm just going to show one last thing really quick before the clip finishes. You see where I am on the map now, top right. And when you walk into this loading room, which would normally be, I guess, in the outer wall, going to the normal library, well, instead it puts you down in the reverse library. So it's down the bottom left.
Wow.
Yeah, so that is, if you want to fully explore types of glitches and stuff that this game has to offer, I'd recommend reading up World Beyond Walls. If you just want to get into wacky stuff instead of just speedrunning it or doing bingos or whatever.
Alright.
That's all I have, I think.
Glad. I think we should end every week with a video of the game being destroyed.
That's a good idea.
I think it works. Last week when we had the
Good idea.
the catch from space. This week we got the game being destroyed. Alright, so we got a few questions. I don't know how many of these are jokes, because normally we get a few of them that are trolls and I don't even know, so I read them out anyway. Wait, where's the first one? Oh, Russell got the first one. That's right, we're on first name terms now. Withheld wants to know when you're getting the crew together for Soten, and you should probably talk about the races and bingo and weekly and that, just to get people to come along.
Yeah, yeah, we've been taking a break the last couple weeks, but hopefully right after SGQ, like the week after, I'd hope people have unburned out from the game. Because I think a lot of people just got burned out from racing it a lot. Because it was like multiple races, like every week. It was crazy. Yeah, so after that, and it should be every Thursday night at 8 Eastern, and anyone who participates in a puzzle race and finishes it, regardless of what place you're in, you're eligible to make a puzzle race for everyone else to do at a later date. So we just kind of like pass on that responsibility to everyone every week.
You do need some sick paint skills to make a puzzle, though.
Oh yeah,
you
I spent at least 5 minutes making mine in MS Paint. It was pretty awesome.
So I had another
Fiesel.
question, but this one, Fiesel, go.
I was just gonna say, Nafizel's got the sickest MS Paint skills.
Yeah,
Right,
Fiesel,
if you want me
need
to draw
yeah.
pictures for you, yeah, I'll make a puzzle race picture.
Puzzle race is gonna be draw fan art of me.
Alright, so, Yama wanted to know if you're ever going to be satisfied with an 80% run, ROM.
No. I mean, I know about how much time can come off. I think if I actually wanted to submit to STA, you guys like your arbitrary goals and stuff. Sub 1922 would be something to submit.
That doesn't sound arbitrary though, because that actually sounds like there's...
I know.
It sounds like there's reasoning behind it. If you were like sub 1910, then yeah, the round number that does it. I'm a little miffed.
I'll submit, and it's at 1940 right now, and I missed a skip that says 15 seconds because I got the right frame, but not the right subpixel. If I got that, I'd probably be done with the any percent, right?
I'm actually a little miffed that it ends on an even number. If you were sub 1923, that would definitely not be an arbitrary goal.
You know, maybe I'll change it then. Sub 1923, I will submit.
I was not aware there were so many different races you've done on.
I know, there's a lot of weird track goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty weird. SimStim wants to know what system most of the races use, and like, do you do cross-system when you race?
Yeah, we do. I mean, we have a perfect estimate pretty much on the no OOB, as I said, but when we do races, we kind of like stem off of that, like how many loads are in the no OOB, and then we, based on the length of the race from that, we say like, okay, well, there's only this many loads in this, so we'll just drop it down to like a minute for an 80%. We'll drop it up, we'll knock it up to 2-minute head start for in all bosses or whatever. So we have set head starts for each category, and that's how we deal with the cross system.
That works, and that's good. Vorpal wants to know what he says dickest puzzle race so far, so I guess you can take your own interpretation of what the word dickest means.
Everyone seems to think mine is, but I thought Mechas is brutal, but everyone finished Mechas. I just finished 12th out of 14 in Mechas. So, yeah. Like, Mechas was just basically... well, we talked about it at the start with no slide kicking and everything, but the big part of Mecha's puzzle was getting through the reverse spike breaker room with Richter. And actually, like, surviving it. You have to have and stuff.
You couldn't use item crash either because there's a certain sub-weapon you can use. It's called a ricochet rock, or it's called something else in this. I don't even know. Rebound stone. Well, with Richter, you can item crash, and that rebound stone, it's completely useless basically, but it gives you some frames of invincibility, so you can run through the spikes freely, then recast it and go through like that. But I figured, well, that'd be too easy, so I'll just ban that and just get through it without it.
Yeah, so you had to have like planned damage boosts, and you know how planned works with puzzles where you're not told beforehand, so
yeah.
That one was pretty brutal for me, but yeah, everyone seems to think mine, like, actually, okay, so here's how mine went down. Everyone, like, mine included beating the game, but everyone in the race agreed to stop the race after the first castle was finished, because they just weren't going to finish the rest, apparently, I guess, I don't know. But
well, there was one thing that drove me nuts, and that was get the wolf rise to power miss. Oh my god. But after that, the second castle was not that bad.
Yeah, actually Satoryu and Mecha, even though the race finished, went on and finished the puzzle, and...
Well, the race bot even died, oh.
So yeah, mine involved having... Whoa, I'm echoing.
What is all these echoes? Am I echoing too? I want to echo. Why aren't I echoing?
Because
How come
you
I'm not
just say
echoing?
that you echo every time.
I thought it was my
Yeah.
mic, but maybe it's not.
Anyway,
It's not me.
so my puzzle, which everyone thought was the dickest, I guess, was you have to have a certain equipment set up on before getting a certain relic, and you had to get all these particular relics and only those particular relics to beat the game. So people had to do things they weren't used to, because I did a lot of like damage boosts and like tricks that would never be in a speed run, but were just me dicking around and finding them. So you had to go through like the clock tower first without any relics, which if you know, there's the big breakable floors, and then there's like the staircase which you're supposed to have double jump on. We have to go through all that without any relics, so that got a lot of people for a while. And yeah, there was just a lot of damage boosts that are really hard. Is this the right one? That's a bingo card.
That's a bingo board, you silly Billy.
I could just link my puzzle because I have a link to it, but the other ones I don't, unfortunately.
Well, it should be in the race goals. It was recent enough. Oh, there you go. Withheld linked it in the chat here.
Yeah, I liked my favorite one. Not that
Oh yeah, you linked that one earlier.
not that I know anything about the game or anything like that. Is the stylish Alucard one, where the whole goal is to make
That was
Alucard look.
Withheld's puzzle.
I think
Yeah.
it was. The
That
whole
was
goal
actually really good.
The whole goal was to look stylish while doing things.
Actually, the puzzle part of that was another thing where, like, it wasn't necessarily, like, it wasn't even anything out of the ordinary, no glitch or anything. It's just that no one ever has bothered, like, not many people have ever bothered killing every part of Legion before attacking the center. And apparently, he shoots lasers out of, like, all his arms that are, like, homing in on you non-stop during this. Like, it's incredibly hard. Like, no one knew, like, that was a thing except for, like, Rain and Withheld, so...
Yeah, everybody got thrown off guard.
It was a puzzle only in that no one knew what was up with, like, Legion's second phase.
Alright, so...
Unless you've played CVHD.
That's the tactical advantage you got, PJ. You need to get in on these races. Alright, so I have a question, and then I guess this one's actually a question, so we can ask this, I guess. Tranquilite wants to know why you don't get Chrysagrim anymore, or Chrysagrim, or Chrysagrim, whatever you want to...
As we said earlier, like, the luck in this game is really inconsistent. We've had... I mean, you certainly would never do this in a race. If you were to get the Chrysagrim in the no OOB route, and I mean, you don't even pass by where you can get a Chrysagrim dropping any percent, so that's not even an issue. But in a no OOB route where you actually would pass by it, you would have to get a Chrysagrim first drop with the current strats to save time at all. First drop. Second drop, you're wasting time. So, like, the way we kill things with the Iron Shield spell right now, it's just so fast, and it's much more consistent than relying on a drop that, like, I don't know, what would be like 10 or 15 seconds you'd say getting the Chrysagrim if you got it first drop just isn't even worth thinking about, unless the run got so optimized that that's your only option for improvement. So, I mean, that's basically it. It's just, there's no point in relying on luck when it saves that little time.
Alright, and then I've got my question is when you're learning the game, like any percent and whatnot, like what sort of, I don't want to say if you're racing it, say you've done 5-6 runs of it, what sort of times will you be getting? Because I know quite a few people at the moment are looking for shorter games to run.
Yeah, I tend to notice most people, their first any percent with OOB run would be somewhere around 30 minutes. Then it takes not very long to get down to like 25. When you start getting under 23, that's where I notice most people have like stopped just like improving. So it's really hard to start improving from around the 22-minute range down to like the record, which is 1940. Like, I think I was on 2056 for a very long time before I got down lower than that. So for any percent, it's that. No OOB, I'd say most people probably take around 45 to 50 minutes their first time, and probably within 5 runs they're sub 40, and then from there, getting sub 35 is like a really good time on that. And when you start getting around the 35-minute range, that's when you start having to really work for improvement.
Alright, cool. So I think we can wrap that up now because I need to go to bed. That's the only reason. I think we're also just about out of stuff that's reasonable to talk about, and I can see Duckfist getting bored from how the GIFs are going.
There's a lot of hearts in that guy.
Yeah, there
No
are.
wonder all the blood is squirting out.
And Alucard's just sort of dancing on him. Anyway, so if you guys want to do some shout-outs and we'll wrap all this stuff up, then.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, thanks to you guys for featuring this game, having us on.
Yes.
It's alright.
Oh, and I appreciate all the effort Duckfist puts into these. What is even going on that screen right now?
Don't worry, it's the finale.
Don't worry.
It's just part of the finale. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
It'll all make sense at the beginning of the next series.
All right. Yeah. Why didn't we have a Splinter Face this episode?
Shut up! Shut up!
Mike has got to beat his record again.
No, it's gonna come back.
No, there's no Splinter Face. Nothing.
And shout outs to Cosmo Withheld, Satoriu, Rain, all the that race with us every week that are in the main crew. Love you guys.
Keeping the game alive.
Yep. And Arcado for helping me improve the route down to the stupidity it is now with sub-pixel perfect bullshit. Had to happen at some point. So,
Oops.
Yeah. Oh god, there he is.
Yeah, and also, that's it. I mean, just SDA people as well. Mike Uyama, all of them, Flip, for the SDA submissions I've done with this game, and dealing with the fact I improved my run like 3 times, like, before they even got posted, so...
Wait, why are you thanking them for that, not Mecha Richter?
Mecha's done it like twice as much as me.
Mecha did it. Mecha set a different record in SDA, actually, didn't you, recently?
Me?
The shortest time between a submitted run and it being verified.
Oh yeah, 3 hours.
Yeah.
That's fast.
I don't even think they actually made a response. I think Flip just made it up so he can post it as soon as possible.
Yeah. And I also want to remind people, Soten's not on the schedule for SGDQ, but it could be put in after Aria of Sorrow. So if you like watching the game be destroyed, then I don't know what the goal will be or whatever, but, set aside a little bit of money to put to Organization for Autism Research to get Soten on the schedule. So
You do want to see that.
that's my request to you.
Speaking of getting destroyed.
Man,
Yeah, there's lots of deaths going on right now.
I wouldn't want to clean that up.
Yeah, shoutouts to the verifiers for Soten for putting up with my 20 plus submissions for Richter mode.
Welcome, I'm killing you on the next submission, by the way. Just, what on the dash you next submission?
My next 80% submission, that's not gonna happen. Maybe next week, we'll see. I don't know. I've been thinking about it. But yeah, there's definitely gonna be some hopefully a new buses run fairly soon. I'm actually thinking of playing that tomorrow, testing out my my strats. So if you want to see that, be sure to check that out.
I wonder how many exploding Alucards it takes to crash the stream.
I think Duckfist is a very powerful
find out.
computer, so... Alright, so cool. Obviously, thanks for having you guys on. Go check out their streams. Mecha, you stream this quite a lot, don't you? Rob?
Oh, yeah. The other character.
Yeah. The guy we can't mention.
Yeah.
I've been
The manly
running it for
character.
years, so I do it a little less now, but I still do it very regularly.
Yeah, and Rom streams a whole bunch of random other stuff. JRPG is your current thing, isn't it?
And UFOs
Yeah, I'm
flying
playing
around
Bethesda
everywhere.
games. And UFOs flying around
And
everywhere,
UFOs,
even though
yeah.
they're identified now, so it's safe.
Alright, they're just birds.
Yeah.
They're just FOs.
So, yeah, so obviously go check out the guys, obviously thanking them for being on the show with us.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, this coming week, Thursday, Summer Games Done Quick, go watch that. Remember to check out SRL and SDA while we're away. I saw that, Darkfist.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're not going to be on for 2 weeks, so next week and the week after we'll be taking a break, and then we'll be back with the SGDQ retrospective show. That was it. We did have a thing planned,
Do that thing. We got
which will probably be an hour and 55 minutes of records that have been broken in the last 2 weeks.
right, because it's going to be a lot of records.
A bit of chat with whoever. Who do we have for that?
That's
Whoever we
up
want.
in the air.
That's up in the air. So Fiesel's gonna. You two gonna like work on your connections while you're there.
Yeah, we'll do some networking.
You'll do some
you know,
networking, yeah.
Bump some elbows and rub
Start
shoulders
taking
or whatever.
Yeah.
Work on that ventriloquist act.
So yeah, obviously check them out. Make sure you all watch Fiesel Duckfist's runs there and watch Rom. Watch the whole thing. Yeah, watch
We'll
the
be
whole
so
thing.
busy. You won't even notice that we don't have a show next week. It'll be so busy.
Yeah, exactly. The week after you might notice, but don't forget.
No, you'll be catching up on sleep, so you'll be asleep. Don't worry about it.
See, you're joking, but I think it took me about 8 days after Awesome Games Come Quick for me to get back to not feeling horrible from lack of sleep. I added it up.
16 hours.
I was down about 24 hours of sleep.
Yeah, I slept like 3 days straight. I was a zombie.
Yeah. Well, see, I went to Boston, slept like pretty well every night there, like 8 hours. Came back and then felt like really ill. I couldn't figure out why. So like I slept one night for like 6 hours, and I was like, well, it can't be that I'm tired, because otherwise I'd slept more. And a few days later, I slept for about 17. And I was like, huh. And the night after that, I slept for 17 again. And I was like, oh, I really needed some sleep. Huh? But yeah, stay up all night. It's summer games done quick in Utah. If you wanted to know that, I guess you did. Starts Thursday. Check out the whole damn thing. And then the week after, I guess, do some speedrunning instead of watching us. SRL, SDA, TAS videos. I think that's it. We can wrap that up. Thanks to the guests. Thanks, PJ.
Yes, thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us. Yep.
Pleasure.
And thanks, Fiesel.
Welcome.
Thanks, Duckfist, as well, obviously. And we'll see you in 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
3 weeks, yeah.
Wait, what date is that going to be? Let me hang on.
Why do we have to look?
The 10th. Sunday the 10th.
Got it right there. Yep.
Sunday the 10th. Anyway, rolled them credits for the finale. That's the cliffhanger. Dun dun dun.
Finale is someone shot Moscow.
Dun dun dun. One of you needs to say no and die. Pretend to die, one of you.
PJ, the baby is yours.
Oh, I'm dead.
Oh, I'm dead. Is that really how you die?
That's how men die. I guess I'm dead. Okay,
Yeah.
flop.
Well, shit. Oh.
Well, this is a
Roll the
minor
credits,
inconvenience.
That was an intense finale. That was
I
very
think the
intense.
finale's still going on.
I think it still is. Like, the split's been hit, but the video's not started.